We're here. Welcome, everyone.
We've stopped playing the Division 2 DLC and talk about the fake world of video games.
And look how cool we look. We're all cartoony.
We look better and sound better. Too.
Sure. And we will make you feel better with our nonsense game show called The Critical Path.
Ben, you should introduce us.
Hey everyone, how's it all going with all the things? We're having a great old time here and certainly not stressed out of our brains. We are Hack the Dino. This voice here coming to you from that bald cartoon man sitting staring at you weirdly is me, Ben Rosenthal. Who else we got here? Dan?
Well, we have me, Dan McGuinness, and should I just introduce everyone?
Yeah, introduce everyone.
We also have Braden Dixon.
Hello, I am over here as well.
From Millennial Movie Talk, I believe it is. And we also have... Oh, yeah, no, it was just written on his thing there. Floppy Starrick.
Hey, and I'm here from slightly to the left of all the rest.
Yes, from Floppy Plays Games, the Instagram account.
Now, we are, of course, voice only because we're all working from home, and this being Australia, we have horrible internet, apart from Dan. So, for as long as this current situation goes along, we are going to hear our sweet dulcet tones of our nasally voices each and every show. Speaking of each and every show, this is the 93rd time we've done this. So thank you, everyone who's come along with us for those 93 episodes.
Yay!
I don't know who would have done that. What are you doing with your life? But you can still watch us on YouTube over at Hack the Dino or youtube.com/Hack the Dino. We're also over on Twitch sometimes at twitch.tv/Hack the Dino. And you can also come over and join our Discord at bit.ly/Hack the Dino. The links are below and also on the screen and also lots of other things. While you're sitting there on YouTube watching this, if you're watching it live, hi. If you're not, even if you're just seeing this for the first time, if you could hit that subscribe button and the little thumbsy upsy likey button, that would be a massive help in getting us to grow.
That thumbsy up button is the best.
It's the most upsy I've ever... Hey, what have we been playing?
Let's get into it.
What we've been playing.
Okay, so I have been playing Doom Eternal. That's right, everyone. I got it. I'm into it. It's the best ever. So Doom is amazing. This Doom Eternal is chronically good. It's by id Software and Panic Button Games, and I don't know much about them, but that's okay. So I've got in my notes here the word story, ? Who cares? Because you don't actually, I played all of Doom 1, I played all of Doom 2016, and I still can't remember what happened in the story, and I don't think I even paid attention. I was just like, just get me into the level so I can kill the monsters. I do like Doom Man's Doom Guy, Doom Slayer, whatever his name is, badass, Kratos.
Hey, call him what he is. You call him what he is. Commander Keen's great-grandson.
It is true. It's true. They actually have a bit in the game where you're in your Doom headquarters and you're watching Earth. So you've got a floating space base, of course, because you're Doom. And you're watching a newsreel from something on Earth, and they're talking about you, and they're like, word has it the Doom Slayer, a.k.a. also known as Doom Guy, is up in his space station. And I'm like, Doom Guy. I love that. That's all I knew him as when I was younger.
Do you know what I've just realised?
What?
Just completely aside, the new Commander Keen game that's coming out that they showed at E3 last year.
Was that cartoon one?
Yeah, the cartoon one. That's Commander Keen's kids, which means either the brother or the sister is Doom Guy's parents.
It's all, I don't even understand that. I know it's all true and it's all legit and it's all canon. I just can't visualize it properly because I don't know who any of them. There are no females involved in this story, so it's really weird to work it out.
I think I need to see a family tree, with a graph and stuff.
Yeah, I'll get on it.
Anyhow, so we don't care about the story. You're Doom. You're in your space station. Hell has opened up on Earth. You have to go down, and your main goal is to kill the 3 Hell Priests. And that's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, basically. So you've got some new weapons. You have you've obviously got your normal weapons, your shotguns and stuff like that, but you have a shoulder-mounted grenade launcher now, which you can also later on you can turn it into a shoulder-mounted freeze device, and you've also got a shoulder-mounted flamethrower. So if you set someone on fire and then you hurt them, armor shards come out of them. If you grenade them, like health comes out of them and stuff like that. So, but you also have the best new weapon in the game, which I'm pretty sure wasn't in Doom 2016. You have the blood punch.
The blood punch?
So we all know that you can do glory kills or gore kills, whatever they're called. Where an enemy is hurt and he flashes, you can go up and you rip them apart with your hands and you get health out of that. If you do 2 of those, it charges up your blood punch. And the next time you do your melee attack, it basically punches all the skin off of whoever's in front of you. It doesn't kill them, so all their skin just gets ripped off, and then they're still just like, they're wounded, but
that's amazing.
It's pretty satisfying, eh? It's pretty much the best thing I've ever seen. Every weapon is upgradable. Everything is upgradable in this game, actually. Like, to the point of absolute ridiculousness. Like,
sorry, what?
You can update. You can
a new one.
There's so many things you can get. There's like so many meters you can max out, and achievements levels, and like cards that you have like in your game that you have to do in bits and pieces for every everything. And this certain coin will upgrade your guns. This thing will upgrade your armor. This thing will upgrade your suit. This thing will upgrade your weapons. You know what I mean? Like everything you can upgrade. Like this will upgrade your grenade launcher. Then you can find ruins, and you can put ruins into slots where you can I can jump like more control in the air. I have whenever I shoot my grenade launcher, it whatever enemy it kills, they turn into a grenade and then they explode. It just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. There is also new gore in it, so there is more real-time damage on the enemies. Like you can pretty much see exactly where you're hitting, and it's blowing chunks off. It's showing bones. It's and then when you do your glory kills, if they've got a bone showing, you'll grab that bone and snap that bone.
So do you think they've paid a lot of attention to the sort of little cool things that you always wanted to see in games like this?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Like they've realized that people like the gore and they like the real-time damage, and the real-time damage is crazy. Like every enemy,
that floating red demon with the big green eye. I saw in the footage earlier that he comes towards you, and Doom Guy was shooting at it and couldn't get him, so he just walked up and grabbed the green eye and ripped it out.
Yeah, so that was cool. That was a glory kill. You've also got yes.
Sorry. Literally 20 minutes ago, I did that exact thing for the first time, and it was one of the most satisfying things I've ever done in a video game.
If you do it from wherever you do the glory kill on the person, like if you're looking at their feet, you'll chop their legs off or and stuff like that. So those round ball men, if you do the glory kill from behind them, you actually run up and run over the top of them and then flip over and pull their eye out or something like that.
So you're doing parkour or parkour?
Yeah, parkour. It's a thing. Yeah, so the gore in it's fantastic. And as you know, I am a gore aficionado, and I am 100% happy with the gore in this game. The only thing it doesn't have is there's not much intestines, which is really weird to say. But there are some intestine bits, but not as much as I wanted. So every monster...
That should be the pull quote.
Every monster has its own kind of weakness in it now. So I know that sounds like normal, but it actually makes it certain monsters are... weak to certain weapons or certain ways you can use the weapon, and therefore it almost becomes like a puzzle game, if you know what I mean. Like, so you'll come into a room, you're like, okay, that guy's there, I have to pull my shotgun out and fire a sticky bomb into its mouth whilst its mouth is open, whilst he's swallowing that guy's over there, he's got a plasma shield. I'll get out my plasma gun. So if you shoot plasma shields, it null and voids them and they explode. So so you can use it, you do that and you micromanage this stuff, but then you're also managing your armor and your weapons. I mean, your armor and your health. So you're knowing, my health is getting low, I'll chainsaw this guy. And also if you run out of weapons, instantly your chainsaw automatically comes up now and just chainsaws the person, whoever you're nearest. So good. Because it just feels like you just got gore coming out everywhere and stuff. So yeah, it's turned into this almost this puzzly art, parkoury, amazing, just thing. It's hard to explain. Moving on. So you have all sorts of new abilities. So you obviously you attain the double jump after a while. Then you gain the air dash, and then you gain wall grab. So you can grab onto certain walls, and they really put you through the ringer for these things. They're like, you have to jump, dash, hit a canister in the air which refills your dash to the right, and then grab a wall, and then you have to do like all this full-on acrobatic stuff, like platforming, I suppose. Yeah, so they've made it into a platformer. And the last thing I've got on my list is I love how the Doom guy ignores all advice in the game constantly. So, so you have characters like, dude, don't do that. If you do that, you're gonna you're gonna do this thing which is so bad, and you've got that Kratos attitude where you're just like, I don't care. I'm just killing everything.
So you like how he just doesn't follow anyone's advice and just does his own thing, whether it's for his benefit or not.
Yeah, like it knows it's a game, and it's got these points where you're like, okay, you have to go do this, but you have to be really careful, so he'll just kick it over. You know what I mean?
Ignoring everyone else's advice. I can see why you like that.
Yeah, it's just what I do. So anyway, that's it. That's all I can. That's all I've got to say about it. So it is amazing. It is a beautiful game. It's up there with my game of the year for me.
Wow.
So far, it's in contender for my game of the year, the Dan McGuinness approval thing. That's what it's called, the Dan McGuinness approval thing of the year.
It should be the Dan McGuinness seal of approval, and you have to bark like a seal.
Yeah, so the Dan McGuinness of the year.
Yes. Each and every time.
Each
and every time. Speaking of seals and approvals, there's lots of seals in a little game we call Animal Crossing. I've been playing it, but so's Brayden, and Brayden knows a lot more about it than I do, so he's going to talk about it first. Go for it, Brayden.
Yeah, so Michaela and I have been jumping into this one from day dot, the instant it came out, and oh my god, obviously we are, and the entire internet is loving it. It's a great way to deal with the entire world situation that's going on, because it's just so nice.
Would you call it the Breath of the Wild of Animal Crossing?
I would call it the polar opposite of the summer when we got Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, well, that was a really fun time when everyone was outside and having a grand old time, and now it's like everyone has to just be nice and calm inside, please. But yes, this on the Switch it's Animal Crossing, so it's adorable as ever, but it now being on the Switch and actually being in HD properly, it's a huge leap for the entirety of Animal Crossing. That's a big deal when you're coming straight from handheld devices, and the only other consoles being the GameCube and the Wii.
To be fair though, the GameCube one, you could play old NES games.
Yes, that's true. You could add that in there as well. It was super nice. But yeah, basically everything that Animal Crossing has done in the past, and it's been slowly building upon each and every rendition that it does. This has taken all of that into account. It builds upon everything and improves upon everything, and it runs and works so well. All of the different mechanics in it, I am 100% with, minus one thing, but I'll get to that. Ben, how are you finding it running and everything?
So my thing was, I was not interested at all in Animal Crossing. I didn't see the point. I thought it was whatever. I don't do farming sims. I don't do life sims. They're pointless and silly. So I've got it for my daughter, who's at her mum's place at the moment because of the situation. Of the global situation, not anyway. Can
I just ask a question about it?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, we're going to get into that.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What is it? I'm watching the footage.
I have a bit that explains it, so don't worry.
So I got it for Parker, and she played it day one, and I was watching videos on it and whatnot, so I could actually talk to her about it and research it for the show. And I was watching it, and I was sitting there going, "Oh, I kind of want to play this." So I went out the next day, and I thought, "Oh, I'm just going to get it. If I don't like it, I don't like it." Put it in. yeah, it's just latched into me and it's just feeding off my soul biscuits.
Oh
It
yeah,
is
100%.
just got its hooks in and devouring every single essence I have to give. It is just fun, relaxing. It's nothing but a grind quest, but it doesn't feel like a grind quest. The fact that you can have a museum and find fossils and put the fossils in a damn museum and go and have a look at it, and then if you get two of the same fossil, you can put that fossil in your freaking house. Oh man, it's freaking awesome.
Fossils.
I'm loving that Ben has gotten so inside this. It's great.
I'm actually really happy because like you can finally just put Pokemon aside and do another.
Oh no, there's more Pokemon coming up. But
Oh, is it? Damn it.
Pokemon and Fortnite. I've been playing Fortnite still, although I haven't picked up Fortnite since this drop. But what I really, 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 really like is something that I've completely forgotten about. So I'm frantically trying to get back my thought. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Braden, what did you call your island? It's the one thing in the game you can't change. What did you call it?
Yes. So this, knowing that we had to make this choice at the very start of the game, on the drive to and from picking up our pre-order of it, Michaela and I were trying to think of ideas, what we could do. We'd seen a lot of really funny ideas for like references to podcasts we listen to and everything. And we ended up going with a bit of a mix of a couple different references to podcasts we listen to. So we've actually gone for Wonderland.
Wonderland? Really?
What's that in reference of?
So there's one podcast from the McElroy brothers called Wonderful, and then also one of the story arcs in one of the other McElroy brothers podcasts, The Adventure Zone, is actually set in a really crazy experience called Wonderland. So we sort of stuck the two together with that.
Well, nerd alert.
Okay.
We got a couple.
That I can't change the name of my island.
No, that's it. That's
What
the
did you-
only thing you can't change.
What did you call it, Floppy? Like Dickville or something?
No, not quite that bad, but I was literally going to change it tomorrow.
No, you can't.
Ooh.
You're stuck with it.
Yeah,
We got a
I'm
couple
stuck with Red
in
Place.
Rad Place. That's all right. We've got a couple in the comments. We've got Karen Knight called her island Pepperdale,
That's cute.
and
I like that.
Michael Towns, good old Michael Townsy, has called his Penn Island.
What does
Incredible.
that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah,
Write it down.
Dan, take out the space in between pen and island.
Oh, that's so good. Can you not put
Jesus.
swear words in?
No, you can't.
Townsy, that is brilliant.
He's really upstaged my name then. So
Oh, no.
I've gone with a bit of a theme for mine. I've called mine very, very simply Kojima Land, and
Oh God.
and you can get cardboard boxes.
Oh,
So I've just
God,
been
you can
placing
too.
random cardboard boxes around the island.
Oh my God, incredible.
I'm going to see
What a-
how far I can go down the Kojima hole with it.
Yeah, just like full Kojima theme, your island the whole way. Are you gonna make your character look like Kojima or you?
I don't know. It's still me, but I haven't got enough stuff to, sort of modify her at the moment. I did make the Hack the Dino logo though, so that's on the wall of my house.
I saw that.
Ooh.
That was really impressive. I
saw
don't know
that.
how to do that yet.
I was
A
gonna
long
say because
time.
it is all actual pixel art, so like, and it's not a whole lot of room you get to do it, so
No.
it can actually be pretty difficult. And people are making incredible designs. There is also a generator where you can just upload an image and it gives you the QR code for that
Oh,
image.
really? Oh, I'm
It's
gonna have to
it's
get onto
very
that.
clever. People have been doing some very funny things, but it's a great way to get really dumb paintings in your house.
Sweet, I love dumb paintings. What's the big thing that you don't like about it, Brad?
Yes, so I was gonna just run through a bit more of my little spiel, especially
Go
for
for it.
people like Dan who have no clue what Animal Crossing is. So 100%. Basically, what Animal Crossing usually is you're a villager and you come to a new town and you get to meet all the new neighbors and become in debt to this raccoon and all this like. Basically, the plot of all of those other games has been pay off your debt and enjoy town life. Whereas this one is, hey, you're one of the first 3 people who gets to join this raccoon for his island getaway package. And you're basically building up your entire island from scratch. And it's such a good concept. I love it. It's a great way to add some like really good progression at the start of the game.
The
Can I
only
add something?
Yeah.
So this is the first time I've ever played an Animal Crossing, and I popped it in and I did the little intro and I started walking around and I was completely lost. I'm very much used to objective-driven games, like go here, here's a marker, do this. I was so confused as I had no idea what I was supposed to do to progress, and I actually had to message someone and go, I don't know how to play this game. Like, give me advice. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's like,
I have got it
please.
now, but for somebody who's never played it, it was really quite jarring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very, hey, do everything at your own pace. And yeah, at the start there isn't like markers or anything. There isn't like little arrows telling you where to go. If you accidentally skip the text of when Tom Nook tells you to do something in particular, like you're gonna have to go and ask him again or something, because
But I mean,
He just got called
very-
a boomer.
very kid friendly in that you can just go up to any NPC and smash the talk button, and eventually someone's going to tell you what to do. Like,
That
you can
is-
even go up to Tom Nook, and one of the options is, tell me what to do now.
I do like this museum. Like I've been seeing people have been talking about, because I'm obsessed with like aquariums and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I've just
Aquarium's
seen-
so
and
good.
I'm obsessed with
the-
bugs and marine life, and what I can see, it's all bugs and marine life.
So
but
legit-
you catch those bugs and those fish. So
they've added an entire thing in. You basically have a smartphone now, which is adorable. And then you get a Critterpedia, which is basically a Pokédex, and you
Yeah.
get to go around and catch bugs whenever you want. Bugs appear at night, at different times of the year, different times of day. Like, it's great. Run around with your net. You go around, catch whatever you want, try and fill up your Pokédex, basically. And then you can go up to the museum once you get enough and unlock the museum in the early game progression. And then you just get to run around the museum and explore everything that you've experienced so far. And
it's
you get
so
that
relaxing.
for fish, you get that for fossils, and you get that for bugs. And it's great. The museum's amazing in this game.
And what's even better is, like, because you catch one of each animal and it just puts it in automatically. So I've already got the whale shark. I've also got that living fossil Pokemon, and the hammerhead shark and the great white shark. And just to see them all swimming around together. If you get a double, you can either sell it to the little Nook boys, or you can put it in your room, and it automatically puts it in an aquarium or a container. And you can just have the Siamese fighting fish in your room, or a clownfish, or
I have a tiny little tent.
well,
Yes. So I was going to say the early game progression, which was going to be the thing I talk about the most here, but it sort of got away from us. So when we started this, when we got home, we started it. I started it because Michaela and I use the same Switch, so we have the separate users on there. So I just happened to start it on mine, and we do the whole creation of the island thing and everything, and like knowing beforehand, like, oh, cool. So like multiple users can use the same Switch and be on the same island, because that was a big thing that they talked about before the game came out. So we were like, cool, awesome, that's perfect. So we're doing all the creation thing, start off and everything, great. Then we go and like exit the game, swap into Michaela's user, go in and add that there. It obviously comes in. You don't get all the like instant starting things of like naming the island and things like that, because that's already been done. So you come in, you start, you get your own little thing, and we're expecting it to just be a big joint thing like that. Quests and story progression that you get to upgrade the town and all of this stuff only happens for the first user.
Oh.
So all of a
All
sudden,
right.
yeah, so all of a sudden it became a case of Braden has to play the game, or else Michaela doesn't get to do anything at all, because so legit. If I'm so say there was a part where I had to collect a certain amount of stuff to build the museum, so we'll say that, and it's like, all right, cool. I had to collect resources to make the shop, and it's like, all right, cool, you got to go get these resources. And then I had to leave, so I stopped playing. So Michaela started playing, and she couldn't like add resources to that. And
Okay.
Right.
and if she went and asked Tom Nook, what should I do now? Tom Nook would legitimately say to her, go and talk to Braden about it.
Oh,
Rough.
As in, like, go and talk to me in real life and ask me what resources I need so that we can complete the mission. Like,
That's cool.
I mean, it's cool in a sense, but like, it's kind of like it's been a great game for me, but for Michaela, it's been like
Rubbish.
I'm bored. Like, I have nothing to do.
Tom Nook doesn't make any more money if both of you are sharing the debt.
I mean, he gets a whole nother debt. He should be happy as Larry. He should give the mission to everyone.
Oh,
But
yeah, right.
yeah, we just found it really weird, and it was just like, and it put a bit of a like bad taste in our mouth to start with. But like now that we're sort of past the first week and like starting to really reach the point where we're getting to like, all right, now the game just opens up entirely. It's so much fun. Absolutely loving it. I don't want to end on a sour note because oh my god, it's great.
You should see some of the creative options you can have for the characters. I've just scrolled through Facebook and it's popped up in one of my Nintendo groups. Someone's made the cast of Avatar: The Last Airbender as their avatars in the game. So there's Aang and Katara and Sokka. These look amazing. Far out, this game, like, you seriously can do everything.
Yeah, honestly, it's so much fun. I highly recommend it for everyone because if you're not jumping into Doom Eternal, this is literally the polar opposite. So if you're not after Doom Eternal, jump on Animal Crossing.
Do you reckon I'll like it? I'm getting FOMO like from all the hype, and I'm like,
I'm not sure if you would, because this is the other thing. Like with the progression, generally, like you could literally play for like half an hour, and then the progression kind of for the day in that first week sort of stops. Yeah. It's like, all right, cool. We're gonna get to constructing this thing. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah,
so it's like one
there
of
is a
those.
definitive stop, and it goes in real time as well. So once you've done everything for the day, you can either grind or just stop, which I kind of like. I actually really like that.
I love it.
Should we
just check in for daily tasks and everything? Yes, we should move on. We've been talking about
let's
Animal
move
Crossing
on.
so long.
This isn't the Animal Crossing podcast.
Okay, but it will be. Floppy, what have you been playing?
Nothing quite as in depth as Animal Crossing.
That's good because we're running out of time.
Good, because I've been playing the Resident Evil 3 demo. This is something that I am really looking forward to.
What a week!
All right, I'm down for this. I've heard the gore in this is out there.
Oh, there is some gore. Now, I wouldn't say that it's Doom level gore, but I think it's a little more detailed than the Doom gore.
How good are these character models, by the way?
The character models are phenomenal.
Yeah,
like the art behind it. Like I died a couple of times just because I stopped and was looking. And you can't do that. So, zombie apocalypse.
Don't have Floppy join your tribe if there isn't when the apocalypse comes.
I'm one of them. I'm a texture hunter. Like I always look really close at textures to see how close I can get.
You will love this. Now it's a short demo. I played it through once. I'm struggling to decide whether I go back again because I'm really looking forward to the game. It's next week. But I did it in like 40 minutes. It's like it's really a short demo.
That is short.
Having said that, it's really easy to play. Like I picked it up and I immediately knew what I was doing. It's the same engine, the same control layout and scheme as number 2.
Cool.
And I just slipped straight back into that, which is really weird. It usually takes me quite a while to sort of configure my brain and my hands and all that to a new game. I picked it up and I was doing stuff straight away. I remembered what button did what and everything like that. It was great.
What's the assist mode that people in the chat are talking about?
The assist mode? As in for the aiming assist?
Maybe.
If that's what it was.
Don't worry about it.
No, you're reading it wrong. You're reading it wrong. It's you've got it on your butt, so it's an us.
Oh, it's an assist mode.
Great.
Thank you.
Now it's a small little slice of the game. I'm assuming it's right near the very beginning, but it's not the intro. So you've probably, I don't know. I'm going to guess half an hour or so into the game already. So you've got some actual stuff to do. You're running around. You're trying to get to a certain area of the Raccoon City that you've got to get to progress the game. And to do this, you have to achieve a goal, which I won't go into in case other people haven't played it. Very much like number 2, you had access to certain areas of Raccoon City. Like in number 2, you had the police station. This one, you can go through different shops and stuff like that. And there's places that have been boarded up because I'm pretty sure in the timeline this is happening at the same time as number 2. I think.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
if I remember correctly, no, number 1 was earlier, and then number 2 and 3 happened at the same time in different areas of Raccoon City. And so this one, I was your Jill Valentine and Carlos, members of the Special Forces. Jill Valentine's an ex-cop, so she can kick ass.
Jill's from number 1.
Correct. She was in the I can't remember the name of the Special Forces group. Stars. And you're running around, you're collecting ammo, you're looking through different ways to get past these zombies to get to this place that you need to achieve a goal. The whole time you're doing this, for the most of the time, Nemesis is after you, and he is scary as fuck.
That's why I never played this one originally, because I didn't like Nemesis. I didn't like the idea of someone I couldn't kill.
Yeah, look, and you can hear this guy coming. You hear him like his
Really?
That's
disturbing.
Yeah,
it is like say for the first 10 minutes of the demo, he's not there, and it depends on how quickly you get to a specific area that triggers him. His footsteps are loud and they get quicker and quicker, and man, you feel your heart pumping and your anxiety going. And I was like weighing up: do I pick up this ammo or do I just run? But I need ammo. Like, oh man, it is terrifying.
Did you get to use the shotgun?
Yes.
Because I heard that's devastating.
That thing blew shit to liquid,
like chunks off of people and stuff. Like more than what the Resident Evil 2 did. They've gone ham on that stuff. I can't wait.
Absolutely, it was. Oh, you would love it. You would love this. So that it's not as over the top as the gore in Doom, but it's more detailed.
Yeah,
it looks more wet.
Can we call it surgical?
It's less gore, more viscera.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. That's a very good way of putting it. But yeah, like I thoroughly enjoyed it. I cannot wait to play this. It is anxiety-inducing. Don't use all your ammo on one zombie. Take your time. I was taking 4 shots to a head to kill one, and that's a lot of shots.
That is.
Yeah.
And there is not a lot of ammo around.
Do you get anything at the end of it?
There is a nice little surprise once you finish it. There is a new trailer for Resident Evil 3.
Oh, sweet. And what does that look like? Do we want to spoil that, or we want to let people...
I don't want to spoil this for you.
Yeah, I don't want it spoiled.
Okay.
I would like to tell people it's there. Play the demo. Definitely play the demo. Get through it. Enjoy the new trailer. Feel anxiety, feel scared. And, oh, man, I cannot wait for this. This is going to be phenomenal.
Ooh.
Cool.
I'm
All
so
right,
into
let's
this.
do news.
All right. I'm not ready.
Good.
Okay.
Welcome to my world, Dan.
Yeah, I know. He's like, let's do news straight away. I'm like, what? Okay. Let's go. News away, Ben. News as much as you want.
I'm gonna news your face off. I thought I had the show planned this morning. Going to bed last night, I thought, yep, that's all good. Dan had all the videos. We're all ready to go. I woke up this morning to our Discord, which you can join over at bit.ly/hackthedino, and found that there was a Nintendo Direct Mini. My first thought was, holy crap, they've announced the Nintendo 64 Mini. But no, it was a 28-minute long mini presentation of all the games that are coming out in the next 3 months, which I thought was pretty cool. That's not really a mini, though, is it? Because some of these directs have gone for 50.
Maybe.
Or I don't know what it...
Your mic has cut out, Ben.
Oh, has it? Am I back?
No.
I think it's just your internet, my man.
Well, we'll keep going with this. Who wants to take over?
I could take over a bit.
Until Ben sorts his...
I'm back.
Oh, no.
He's back. He's back. Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my phone was awful, but it's all rectified now. So 28 minutes long. Did we discern whether that's a long time or not?
I think that's a long time.
That's a long time. Does that mean that the next one is going to be an hour? Is that what they're building up for? Are they going like, you know what, we'll call this one a mini, and then the next one will be balls to the wall?
Well, the next one they've got coming up is, one would assume, what they had in place for E3 in June.
So I would actually hope for a really long one.
Yeah, those ones usually go for like an hour and a bit.
Brayden always hopes for a long one.
Always.
Only if Mr. Nemesis is coming. Anyway,
Honestly, no, but seriously, like I looked up Nemesis, like, because I watched the Kind of Funny guys play it, and Nemesis didn't pop up in the demo, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go Google. Let's see what it was like. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
You didn't
Nemesis.
pop up in the demo for them.
No, Andy was playing it, and Tim was watching him, and he just doesn't pop up. I don't know what he did, but Nemesis just doesn't pop up, and he didn't die.
Yeah, you're great. Other people's podcasts are fantastic. So when we looked at the other Nintendo, the Nintendo Direct started off with the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition with re-recorded music, and I thought it was too bad that the English voice acting wasn't re-recorded as well.
Have you
heard it?
Yeah, it was
love
bad.
It's really bad.
Who is a Xeno Chronicles man here? Xenoblade, sorry, whatever it's called.
His name's Seth. Oh, Shulk. Sorry, not Seth. Shulk. Shulk.
Does anyone play it?
Oh, no. Link does.
I enjoy them. I've never finished it, but I enjoy them.
Is this a game that got in trouble recently for having skimpy outfits?
No, we talked about it when it was released, and I said that I wasn't going to play it because there was just, unnecessary boobs everywhere.
Oh, so this was that game. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It's out on the 29th of May, but I'm pretty sure we already knew about that. A new epilogue that finishes the first game called Future Connected. So there's more bonus stuff for everyone as well. 2K announced that BioShock, Borderlands Legendary Collection, and XCOM 2 Definitive Edition are coming to the Switch on May 29th.
It is unreal.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's more previous gen games coming out, but still, those are really cool games.
Is it a pack?
I think it is.
From what I gathered at the end, like I think they're packed in their packs of like their brand. So it's like you get the BioShock games and you get the Borderlands games.
Oh, okay. So you get like 3 BioShocks, 3 Borderlands and stuff.
And then XCOM 2 Complete Edition.
XCOM, yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, I love XCOM.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I've played all these games already. Like every one of them in this pack.
Well, now you can play them on the go.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think I'd play BioShock or Borderlands on the go. Definitely XCOM, though.
XCOM, definitely.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to know something? Do you want to know something really cool?
Yes.
And don't say anything, and I'm not going to read the chat, but I know there's a twist in BioShock. I still don't know what that twist is because I've never played that game.
You're gonna have to close the chat.
You fully have to like play 3 games all the way to the last end of the last game to get it. So like,
well, I'm not going to do that. I might look up a YouTube video one day. Oh, we should do a reaction. I'll watch it. I'll watch a recap or something.
It's because like you have to play all of it to get it. You know what I mean? Like it's like I might have 3 months to do just that. Very, very soon. That is true.
So moving on, we have also announced during this mini direct was Shin Sakai Into the Depths, which is an Apple Arcade game that you really like, Dan. That's out now on the Switch.
This game is rad. Oh, good. I just cut straight to black. No, this game was awesome. I'm showing some footage here of it. There's no game like this game, eh? Like it's such a cool vibe. Like it goes from like, you're getting chased by these icicles. It's all set underwater, which is really unnerving because you always have to get air and stuff like that, but not to the point where it's annoying. And then it just changes up and you get submarines and it's just, you keep getting deeper and deeper. It's just this great game. This is the one
with the different density of water. So you need to upgrade your suit in order to go to certain areas because the water's dense. So if the water's too null, you have to it'll be a pink color. So you have to, but you can get things that like turn the density of the water down. Like it's very in depth and it looks really, really good all the time, and it doesn't falter. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't ever like go, okay, that's enough looking good. It just keeps, it keeps changing it up. And
I hated when I got halfway through The Last of Us and it just turned into 2D. Like
no, but The Last of Us, I think The Last of Us did do that thing where like this is what the game looks like. We're not going to change it up from now. Where this one like keeps on like evolving and getting better and stuff like that, and just cool stuff. You guys can probably see some of the weird stuff that he's doing on the screen at the moment.
I was going to say, I remember you talking about this when Apple Arcade first started.
Yeah, it's on Apple Arcade. Yeah. And I was like, when it came out in Apple Arcade, I was like, oh man, I can't even believe this is on here. Like, this is such a good game. Like,
Hey, you know what sucks about Apple Arcade? They've stopped releasing games regularly.
have they?
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
turkeys?
Yeah, it's not the best. Anyway, speaking of something that is the best, there's a free update coming to Animal Crossing, which was also announced during the Nintendo Direct Mini. Bunny Day in April from the 1st to the 12th. You can hunt down Easter eggs and craft Easter egg stuff. So that'll be a good time for all.
I haven't even started the trailer. Oh, here it is.
I mean, like, it's adorable. It's more Animal Crossing and it's Easter themed. Like, that's all we got, and that's all we need.
It's
Just-
Bunny Day themed.
Are you gonna
Bunny
get?
Day.
Are you get?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's not Easter theme. You're not gonna be able to get a cross for your
I was gonna say,
backyard.
I want to be able to unlock the tomb. I want to be able to open the tomb on a certain day.
Can
I want
you,
everything.
Can you set stuff on fire in this game?
No.
You can make a campfire.
Oh, so you can't.
You can have tiki torches, but they have a whole different connotation. Thanks, White Good Job was also announced during the Nintendo Direct Mini. This game looks really, really fun. I don't think we got a video for this because
No,
I
I just
supply
panicked. I
It
just
was a
panicked
really-
then.
It was a really quick trailer. Basically, how I would describe it is it's kind of like if Overcooked and Human Fall Flat had a baby, and that baby went to like an office.
Isn't it Human Flat Fall?
I don't know, one of them.
Flat. It's Human Full Flat.
Oh, is it? I've said it wrong my entire life.
You streamed it.
I did. I forget. Doesn't matter. And yeah, what about? Can we just talk about the next thing? The ring
Okay.
fit. The
You wanna-
ring
you wanna
fit.
talk about... So, there's a new update for Ring Fit Adventure where you can use the Nintendo music to push and pull and squeeze your ring in a rhythm-based adventure.
Sounds like a good
it's
Saturday night.
Yeah, it's Guitar Hero, but flexing your ring.
Look at her bending over, flexing her ring.
You
Uh,
just you open it up and take all those loads of pink goodness.
I
Yeah,
think
has
the YouTube AI is going to demonetize this, even if we were monetized.
Have
I just-
any of you guys actually played this?
No,
No,
but I really
reckon-
want to.
I reckon it'd
It
be
is
really hard, eh?
It is a remarkably good workout. Like, you will sweat your ass off.
Oh, I sweat out of all sorts of places, not just my ass.
He's
Oh.
Ring Fit, for example.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, you can't see it. You guys give you a couple of seconds behind, but it's like he's like a Dragon Ball Z Naruto character now.
So this thing is
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z,
I wasn't.
Goku will not be appearing in Smash Brothers Ultimate, but they've just revealed the new character for the second batch of DLC. And to no one's surprise whatsoever, one of the characters from ARMS will be coming over to Smash Brothers Ultimate. It'll be revealed in June, which I'm assuming is the big E3 concert.
Now,
The character
Ben,
no one asked for.
I have a question about this.
Yes.
So they've gone, all right, one of the characters from ARMS is
Yeah.
going to be coming. Oh, Is that really a like?
They're all
Really?
the same.
I don't know what like they all look the same to me.
Did
Yeah,
you hear?
And this
Oh.
IP they just sort of forgot about, didn't they?
Yeah, like I completely forgot it was even a thing until they came up with this, and then they're like, oh, we got a free trial.
Did you
Yeah.
hear? Did you hear that when they in that little video? Then the dialogue, the audio was like, he's like, because ARMS is so long, it's taking the developers longer to put him in there. It actually said that.
Well,
Then he goes, so he will be that will be releasing more information way down the track. And I'm like, just admit that the virus has stuffed everything.
Or is that because they have to work out balances in like attacks and stuff?
Because his arms
No,
are too long.
they have
Yeah.
to do that anyway. No, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
So
I
what-
dare say the whole virus situation has severely disrupted everyone's plans.
That's why they don't have Dalsum in there.
That's why they also only released this mini direct. They only announced things that are coming out in the next 3 months
Yeah.
because
Things
they're
that are
the things
basically
they've
ready
got
to
locked
go.
in. Yeah,
So-
exactly.
That's a good way to do that, actually. Like that's a
Pretty
good way to
smart.
have these directs come out at least until like they can do their big like E3 equivalent where they go, hey, here's the stuff we're working on in the longer term.
Well, there was rumors that this direct was supposed to come out 2 weeks ago. You know when they announced the Lego that we had on last show?
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, there was someone found there was a little writing down the bottom of one of the ads and it said, as revealed in the latest Nintendo Direct. And it's like, what? Huh? What?
It's like,
So,
hang on
yeah,
a second.
rumors are that it was good to go and they had a lot more in there, and then everything kicked up and they went, oh, we'll just quickly release that and delay.
Just a quick a poll. Has anyone played ARMS?
Yes.
Yes, I own it.
What
Nope.
How does it differ from just a normal boxing game?
You're
You
using
have
the
really long
Joy-Cons.
arms.
Yeah.
So
It's more of a
you kind of
strategy.
punch with the Joy-Cons and your arms just go longer. Is it
You
first
can-
person or third person?
Sort of in between.
Like right on top of the head, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you can punch with your Joy-Cons. You can do special punches by using both of them at the same time. You can dodge and guard. It's actually pretty cool.
Sick.
It's a game I wanted to get, but you just can't find it anywhere for sale at the moment,
Ooh.
physically.
I
They
bet Floppy knows.
They stopped producing it. They stopped producing it not long after it was released, like right back when the Switch came out. And because of that, they made it so hard to find that it's really hard to find now secondhand copies as well.
That's a great way to support a product.
Yeah.
Or you create a market for it and then re-release it.
Ooh.
Speaking of releasing, something will be coming in 2020, and that something is Bravely Default the Second.
Yes.
Now, who played the first?
No.
This game looks exactly like
The same.
What was that one? Octopath Traveler, but in 3D.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't lie. When I was watching this, it started and I was like, what? And then they all appeared and I was like, oh, it's like an Octopath Traveler type. And then it was, I was very confused.
The thing I've got a problem with this game, number one, I don't have a problem with the game. I have a problem with anything in the world that exists that is chibi. I can't handle things that don't have proper proportions. And then it does the thing that I hate even more. Then it cuts to cutscenes where they do have the proper bodies. And I'm like, no, you take me out of it too much. You go from childs to adults, like back and forward constantly, and I can't handle it. I'll get them.
Good. Well, you can get them early because there's a demo out now.
Yeah.
So demo that.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't played the demo or demo. Because there's Star Wars games coming to the Switch as well.
Oh,
I
man.
got that. I
These
got that. That was
transitions.
great.
Oh my god.
I didn't even.
Jedi Academy 2. Well, whatever that one is.
Just
the one
Jedi Academy.
Yeah. And Pod Racing from the Nintendo 64 are coming to the Switch as well.
Just on that,
Have
you seen how much Jedi Academy is?
Nope.
It's like $30.
That's
Really?
a lot.
It's a lot. I was going to buy it today, and it's $30, and I didn't.
Yeah, no
No.
thanks. Because it also came to PS4, and when I saw the headline, I was like, oh yeah, cool. I'll pick that up. That'd be great. But hearing that it's actually like that much, I'm like, I can't justify that.
No,
Yeah, especially
$14.99 is what it needs to be.
Yeah, they would have just got the old file and done right click save as .switch and
That's how
then
you do it.
uploaded it.
When I was getting the videos for this, I just watched some of the cutscenes and they are so bad.
It does
see if
not
I
look
could-
good.
Yeah, I know. I'll see if I can find some of them. I was just like, oh man, like the faces, like they're these guys.
Yeah,
You can't see it, but they talk. Their mouths move so quick when they talk. Like
They're all polygons as well, like the old GoldenEye polygons.
Did you guys
Yep,
actually
there it
play
is.
through the whole game, like back in the day?
No,
I never
played
finished
these
it as
ones.
a kid.
It's a really good game, but
Yeah.
it's aged poorly,
Mm.
in visually anyway.
Speaking of aging poorly, us
Floppy. Oh.
floppy.
when we were young, we played Minecraft, and now we're old. We play Minecraft Dungeons on the Switch because it's coming there this year.
When I was
Floppy,
young, I played with a hoop and a stick.
I played with
Yeah,
a
but-
rag on a stick.
When I
What
was
was-
young, dinosaurs ruled the earth.
What was the reception to this? Because I never ended up hearing anything about it.
This is going to
It's
be
not
like
being released yet.
Diablo, but with Minecraft.
Ah.
Floppy is adamant that Minecraft Dungeons is going to be a massive hit, whereas
gonna
Dan
be.
and I
You
are
watch.
going no.
Well, this looks like Children of Mortar, like, but because you can have the four players at the same time.
Yeah.
That I actually watched this trailer and I was like, this looks like a little bit like with the 4 people in it. If you can get a
Yeah.
team, it looked kind of cool. Then again,
Okay, now that I'm seeing gameplay, I can actually understand how like I can actually see kids like jumping on this like mad.
Think about how long Minecraft's been out, and it hasn't really changed that much. Now you've got all these people with this massive player base who are going to
Who
get
have grown
something
up and moved on
different,
to Fortnite.
or played Diablo.
Yeah.
no,
There
it
you
looks
go.
a lot more adult. Like there's
Yeah. I think
puzzles,
this is going to be
4-player.
huge.
It does look kind of cool, but I'm still not convinced.
Hmm. Speaking of Dan not being convinced, the last bit that aired on the Nintendo Direct Mini was more information about the Pokemon expansion pass. Yeah, don't bother playing it, Dan. Nothing really exciting came out about it, and I'm actually quite sick of hearing about Pokemon. So let's move on to the other
What?
news.
No, I'm going to show you this
Whoa,
monster fighting.
I was gonna say I just want to talk about quickly the little guy you get Cubfu.
Yeah,
He's great,
it's another fighting like panda. We've already got one of them.
but he's adorable. I mean, not
Kung
when
Fu
he's in
Panda.
this form, but like when he's in his initial like starting form, he looks so cute.
Mhm.
But like that's the MO for Pokemon. They start off nice and cute. Then there's the middle one that's sort of like the ugly middle child, and then they grow up to be big beefy boys.
I gotta say, watching this footage here, it looks pretty exciting.
Yeah, there's Pokemon have a gun now and they snipe at you.
Yeah, look, there's a sniper guy here, a water sniper.
Is that
And when he-
Sobble?
And not only does he have a sniper bullet, when the bullet hits someone, it explodes.
Yeah, it's great.
Speaking of exploding, that's not what anyone did during the PS5 specs release.
Oh bless.
Did any of you guys watch this?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think.
It was
Can
their
I say, though,
the
what-
CDC conference. There was a fake audience.
There they are.
They had
Yeah.
a fake audience.
In this thing's defense, this was. Oh, this is the wrong
this
footage.
is not
I've got.
meant for public.
Yeah, no. This was for GDC, the Game Developers Conference. So this
Yeah.
isn't their official release of like this is what our console does. This is the thing they had organized already, and I reckon they did it anyway. But like for tech gurus, there would have been some dudes like bulging in their pants hearing some of this stuff. But
look,
for the
don't get me wrong,
norms,
but they
Yeah.
presented it in a way like we have been
Oh,
starved for
boring.
information for the PS5. Xboxes came out. Xbox handled it brilliantly. They announced it at the Game Awards. They showed that video. You got to see the console. You got to see some ideas or some renders as to what you can expect. And then they came back and they said, come back in 3 days and we'll have all the spec details for you. So as a consumer, we got to see the new console, what it's going to look like. And then if we wanted to, we could go and look at the specs side of things and get excited about that. The way Sony have done it, they've leaked a few little details through interviews. They haven't shown any pictures or any evidence that they even have a console. Of course they do, but they haven't shown it. And then they're just releasing all the boring specs. And what it's doing is it's killing the buzz for this console.
yeah, I'll agree with that. They are they're you're doing it wrong. Like
Yeah, they're
um,
watching it.
Xbox or Microsoft, whatever they're called, that small company,
The
they
other
are delivering the information in a very digestible way. Where so PlayStation are kind of like holding their cards to their chest, and then just I don't know. It's like they just don't. They're so on guard that they're not letting any information out where they should be, and then when they let it out wrong. They let it out cold, and like
Or
like
in
this,
some-
and
yeah.
it's just they're doing it wrong. That's it. They're doing it wrong.
I'm a massive Sony pony, and I'm super excited for the PS5.
Same
I
here.
generally will take their defend them on whatever. Sometimes a little blindly. I can't stand Microsoft. I mean, they have their place, but yeah, man, they're doing a better job this time.
They are really nailing. And like to be fair, they've had all of this generation to get the next generation right. Hey-oh!
Yeah, I
Uh,
gotta say on this PS5 specs thing, like it's obviously there's a wider discussion of everything that's going on in the world and everything, but like it was really interesting because it kind of the way that Sony are going about this build up to this next generation is kind of like if like they kind of need to justify beforehand what makes it a jump in generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Because
they're
we
kind of
can-
like
there's only-
we have to teach people what these things are, and then we can like hype them up once people have learnt about 3D audio and
Well, I mean,
all that stuff.
That's
They
the
ne-
thing as well. You look at it now, like next gen always was synonymous with upgrading graphics. Like
Yeah.
from the NES to the Super Nintendo to the Mega Drive, like there was always an upgrade in graphics, and that was always the thing that was focused on. But we're getting to the stage now where you have, 4K ray tracing. How much further can you go? They need to start teaching us that there's more than graphics to the next
My
gen.
eyes can't see any better.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
yeah, we're all getting old. Like it's not going to matter.
PlayStation just needs more catchphrases, kind of stuff like that. Like Xbox is now like that. They've coined the term smart delivery. So
Yep.
like at first when that first came out, what is like, what does that mean? And then they just explained it, and now I just know what it means. You know what I mean? Like so where
That was
and so-
very smart.
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, I know what
Delivery.
smart delivery is now. It's a thing that they have on their system that PlayStation hasn't even mentioned this word smart delivery. That do you know what I mean? Like, so they started to do all these like 20-cent buzz phrases or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. And that's why I think Xbox is kind of like nailing it at the moment. They're simplifying down why their console is better than the other consoles, and PlayStation is relying in their smug like PlayStation throne room, going like, okay, well, it doesn't matter what we do, we'll bring out the better console and no one's going to care. But it'll get to the point where,
Well, we could be seeing arrogant Sony come back, and that really didn't help with the PS3 launch.
well,
Get a
I think
second job.
they're already back.
Yeah. Do we have a comparison of the PS5 to the Series X up there at all? Dan?
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
Braden
as in
think
like,
of
as
this?
in the
You're being a
picture.
big tech guy.
Oh, me as a tech guy with the comparative specs and everything.
Hmm.
Oh, one of the in my picture I've got here, my graphic is cut off at the bottom. It's cut off at the bottom, but you'll get the idea.
I like that it has the just the switch at the end. That's brilliant. But yeah, when it comes to the actual like tech and everything. Sorry, Dan?
Braden. I love living.
Jesus Christ, you two.
I love living in a world where the word teraflops is just thrown around. I love it.
See, more teraflops doesn't necessarily mean a more powerful console.
No, it's just the best word.
Yeah.
It's just a powerful word. But yeah, like as someone who is a bit of like a tech head in this sort of regard, like looking at all of this stuff, it's true. Massive nerd. Like it's really, really hard to actually compare these because like when it comes down to it, everything that Sony is saying with their NVMe drives and everything is very, very smart in their SSD storage. And then Xbox with their proprietary storage also is in a similar vein, very smart, but in a different way. It's so complex now.
But you look, I know. You look at this for an example. The first dot point on the list we've got here. PlayStation 5 has a CPU with 8 times Zen 2 cores at 3.5 gigahertz, right? You got Xbox Series X with a CPU of 8 times cores with no Zen 2, but at 3.8 gigahertz. And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. But like, they're both just such different wording of probably the same thing. Oh, then Zen Core 2 is written at the end there for custom. See,
Dan, are you ready for me to make it even harder for you?
Yes.
Because the PS5 is variable frequency, that kind of means that it can change like slightly above 3.5 and slightly below 3.5 whenever it wants. So it can,
So it can like overclock itself.
Basically.
So
How
it
does
doesn't
that
actually.
make
So
it?
all these things just don't mean anything until we see how it runs.
Exactly, which we've seen how some of it runs. Like the biggest thing of this gen, one of the main arms they're going to be leaning on is load times. We saw Sony release that leaked footage of Spider-Man 4 booting up and being a heap faster on the PS5 hardware than the PS4.
That was amazing.
Have we got the footage there of the Xbox booting up?
It's up. It's on right now.
On right now. Is it just me, or does that seem slow anyway?
No, man.
Like,
Have you
look at
watched this? Look at this. Watch
Yeah.
this. Like,
Like-
so Xbox is up now. Xbox Series X has loaded PUBG. Let's just wait to see how long the Xbox One takes.
I understand, but even
Would you like me to read
loading
you
up-
a Harry Potter chapter? Look at
Only if
this.
you do it like Dumbledore narrating.
I don't know
From
what that is.
Deathly Hollows.
Look at it. It still hasn't done it yet. It's still loading.
But I mean, even like for me, if you compare that, which we haven't got, but if you compared that to the Spider-Man footage booting up, it seems to boot up a hell of a lot faster than the Series X did.
But look at this; it still hasn't uploaded. It's still in comparison. Look, it
Yeah,
still hasn't.
I'm not.
Oh, it did it then. It is now. From me saying then, that's how much the difference was. That's huge in loading times.
Well, I'm saying the Series X load time compared to the PlayStation 5 load time, the Series X to me seemed a bit too long compared to the PlayStation 5 that we saw.
You think? I think it just loaded up instantly. What do you reckon, guys?
Especially in comparison to, like, I mean, if people are going to be like some of us and sit through the entire Mark Cerny talk where he explains how it's finding the data on the SSD and compared to a hard drive, like if you're gonna sit through and listen to all of that and learn about how it's seeking for data and finding different bits and making those load times so incredibly fast, like it's buck wild.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right. Just one last thing on the PlayStation 4 Xbox thing. PlayStation 4 announced that the top 100 games will be backwards compatible.
Oh, we can talk about this.
Well, very, very quickly. And everyone was outraged. But then they just came out and clarifies that, no, majority of the 4,000 games on PlayStation 4 will be backwards compatible with the PlayStation 5. Although, according to Jason Schreier of Kotaku, he has evidence, and he's a very good games journalist, so I'm willing to believe him, that we will not get PS1. We will not get PS1, 2, and 3 backwards compatibility because the man who's now in charge of Sony and PlayStation has gone on record saying that it's one of the most requested features, but no one actually uses it.
Well, they just did an article, another one the other day, saying that like they've already got like they had that one with like the top 100. They've already said now that they've got like hundreds done and eventually like thousands. So they've already gone over that amount of like 100. So anyhow, let's just move on.
Okay, let's move on to another company who debuted a console today. Oh, the Intellivision Amico. More details dropped, and man, I was frustrated that a Nintendo Direct came out in the morning. Can you imagine how these guys felt?
They would have sucked balls.
So the Amico is available on the 10th of October. We found out they have touchpad controls, and you can also use your smartphone as a controller as well.
Those controllers look so bad, eh? They look like N-gauges or something.
Well, I mean, look at this. Look at this reveal video. It's just a dude in the back of his warehouse.
Yeah, it's for you. They're Bunnings shelves in the background.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope this goes okay. It's certainly better than the Atari VCS that still exists somewhere in someone's imagination.
Like this thing, man. Like I feel like they've gone to a certain point, and they're like, we can't back out of this now. We just have to keep going with it, guys. So let's just keep going and just get it.
I don't know who they're hoping to appeal to. Like you've got the PS5 and the Xbox Series X coming out, and anyone who wants to play games at a lower frequency has got a Switch.
Yeah, look at that. Like I hate these games that they're showing at the best of times. Like these ones. Like this game, I hate this game.
Does it come with sheets of acetate to put like over your television screen?
Oh yeah, probably.
Is that what it used to do?
Yeah. The Vectrix.
Is it Missile Command? This game?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
So pretty ordinary graphics. But speaking of graphics, the Xbox Series X graphics source code I said that weird. The source code has been stolen by a hacker and being held for ransom for $100 million.
They're not going to pay that.
The hacker uploaded segments of the code to a website GitHub. A takedown notice was issued, which backs up that the hack was legit. You can see on the screen the hacking that took place.
That's all the hacking.
Yep,
I like that the Matrix is in the background.
The hacker has threatened to dump the code if he's not paid the $100 million in Bitcoin or whatever it is hackers
how
to do this.
How does he expect to get away with this?
I don't know. I don't know anything about hacking.
Neither do I. Clearly, look at this screen
that's an HTML code. That footage in the background is HTML coding. That's not hacking anything.
It's an amazing website design.
Yeah, it's my GeoCities backdoor.
Oh, bloody hell. We've got more news. All right, we're going to fly through this. There's been an apparent Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 5 link from a dummy account on Reddit. Apparently, it takes place 6 months after the first game in the winter. Oscorp is trying to clone the DNA to make another super soldier, but creates Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Venom and that sort of thing. Carnage and Mysterio are supposed to be villains. They've completely overhauled the web slinging with 2 animators working on just that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
think
love
they're definitely-
Mysterio. I
Really?
love Mysterio. Yeah, and Carnage. They're 2 of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
Cool. I really hope they go the Ultimate Spider-Man in the comics route for Venom, whereas he was.
What is the legitimacy of this post?
Oh,
This
none.
Reddit post?
No,
Some dude said-
some dude on a throwaway account.
Because I gotta say, I can do dot points of anything and put it on Reddit.
I should point out that when I made this news, there wasn't a lot of news out, so I probably could have cut that. One thing I
I'm
won't
cutting it.
cut is on Kickstarter from the makers of The Messenger. You remember that really awesome game?
Yes.
That sounded sarcastic, but it is a really awesome game. It's the side-scrolling Ninja Shinobi one where you start off in 8-bit graphics and you travel into the future and it turns into 16-bit.
Oh, I didn't know
game.
that.
Yeah,
I'm not
from
that far
Sabotage
into it.
Studio. Anyway, they've got a Kickstarter for their next game. It's a retro-inspired RPG, Sea of Stars, and this thing looks freaking amazing.
It does.
This is due for release in September 2021. We'll put the links to the Kickstarter in the show notes, but this looks amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands all over this. I think it's very well documented. I'm a massive Chrono Trigger fan, and this just screams that type of gameplay and style.
It does, doesn't it? It looks cool.
Yeah,
I like when 8-bit games or whatever bit games they are use heaps good lighting effects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they did it in Octopath Traveler was the first time I kind of really saw it, where you got these 2D sprites with these amazingly lighting and shadows kind of bouncing off of them and onto the terrain and stuff like that. But that looks
great.
cool, eh?
Now, I love it. I'm so in love with that game. I cannot wait to get my grubby little hands all over it and inside it. Nintendo have started going after creations in PlayStation's Dreams, which use their IP. So, on
Here we
one hand, yes, legally there's a copyright infringement. People are using someone's IP without their permission. On the other hand, no one's making money from it. So, Nintendo, what the hell? Reggie, oh, you're not to blame anymore. Bowser, yeah.
Bowser.
Yeah, this is one of those things where this is probably all coming of they announced that they were gonna export stuff to Maya and all stuff like that, and they were gonna work on a way that people could start getting paid for their creations. But it did say their original creations they get paid for, so clearly this isn't like an original creation.
Yeah, like you can just have one look at it, and yeah.
And I mean,
But
I
anyway-
understand that it is their IP there. They legally have the right to get rid of it if they want to. But what's the point, man? Like,
Well, they've done this
just
with
a-
everything.
Do you think it was just a knee-jerk reaction and now they have to follow through?
No, they've done this before. Like where someone was remaking Metroid 2. They were remaking it, and Nintendo pulled the plug on that. And then 6 months later, their remake of Metroid 2 came out. So they were obviously working on it and didn't want this fan-created game to steal all the thunder. But they've done it numerous times before with people remaking their games as passion projects. No desire to make any money from it. And Nintendo just goes, nah, don't do it.
This happened with Little Big Planet as well. Same stuff
same
was
studio.
happening, and that was fine. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I don't know. Like, if it says things like,
relax.
yeah, Nintendo's really they don't have enough confidence in their fans. Like, no one's gonna put this game out because and as I say when I do my school talks, the best thing I know it's a weird thing to break into. The best thing
No
for
one
you
knows
to
what
learn
you do.
if there's a craft that you want to learn, the best thing you can do is find people who you think do it awesome and then emulate them. And then once you've nailed the emulation, then you break into your own style. So the moment people got Dreams, of course they're going to recreate games. They want to see what they can do within Dreams and how it works. And then
No, we're just lucky that Kind of Funny hasn't heard of our show yet.
what's that?
Because then they'll start to emulate us.
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh,
That-
Floppy,
they'll-
nice
they'll
save.
emulate us, yes.
But
Totally.
well, this is totally this is my opinion. This isn't their opinion, is it?
I don't know. I was just,
But also, like, the other thing is as well, like, Dreams itself can't really get in trouble because that's just like saying, you know, people that are making games in like Maya, or however you say it. Dreams is just like a program to create games. It's not like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's it's like going,
after the people that make the pencils.
Yeah. Like, I mean, people can make a Mario game in Maya. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy, crazy talk.
you know what else is crazy?
No.
Some of the deals.
Oh, we're going to deals, are we? Well, let
I have
me
no idea if we're doing the intro.
Yeah,
Well,
deals always throws me.
Get ready, Floppy, because deals is about to start the opening.
You'll have to tell me when it's finished.
Okay, we're into deals. Oh, dear.
We're into deals. Oh, man, that was loud.
We're so into deals, it's ridiculous.
There is
I'm up to my eyeballs in deals.
There is some
What the
great
hell?
deals.
Looks like a stock market.
Yeah. I wanted to do that. I was making a stock market for deals. Do you like it?
I love
right.
I
So
didn't
the
know what
stock
you're looking
market
at.
of deals. This is where gaming, the whole world of gaming, gets decided in our deal section.
Anyway, Floppy, what are some deals?
So we got some deals on PlayStation. So deals for PlayStation today. Like it or lump it, or don't like it. WWE 2K20's gone from $149.95. This is the gold edition, deluxe edition, down to $45.
How good is we've got?
Still broken as hell.
Yeah, we got footage of all the. Look at Hulk Hogan. He's just stuck in the air.
So what you do get is you get the Bump in the Night DLC, and you get all the originals DLC. So play as the Hulk, play as Rock, play as Mankind. I haven't played this. I kind of want to because it's so broken, but we'll see. If you want to get all of the content, $45 instead of $150 is a good deal. Number 2 for PlayStation. It's not a deal. Dead Rising 2. If you want to be a little bit of Chuck Green, who's a motorcycle racer, and go kill some zombies while you look for your daughter or something, or save your daughter, $7.55.
Save your daughter or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I love these games. Like, I love the
They're good
first one.
fun.
This is the second one. Yeah. Pretty much this is where it ends in like the goodness of them, if you know what I mean. Like this one and the first one are the best ones.
I like
and-
number 3.
Yeah, it was too dark. It lost all its like its fun, in my opinion. Like
Maybe you should look at the third deal for PlayStation.
maybe I should. What is that?
It is Steam World Dig 2 for $12. If you want to get some platforming, mining, adventure game with secrets and treasures and enemies and traps, that's your place.
Have you played this?
Sweet. It's a good
Has
game.
anyone? It looks cool.
I've seen a trailer and it looks cool. I am actually considering it.
Oh, nice. Has anyone else
Yeah,
played
it's a
this
cool
one?
game. Yeah, it's a really cool game, really fun.
Coming to Game Pass though on the Xbox. So this is coming in April. So next month we got Minecraft Dungeons. Going to be a big hit.
So wait, that's coming
Next month, April. I don't have a specific day.
to
But,
Xbox. So I'll get it free.
Yeah, you'll get it free, Dan, because you got
So
Game
yeah,
Pass.
yeah, we got to mention that as well. That Games Pass. So every time we mention Xbox games in the deals, it means they're free on Games Pass. They're
As long as you have a Games Pass subscription, you can play these games.
you can play them on PC and Xbox.
It's true.
Ooh.
You could play Bleeding Edge, which is out right now. It's an
Ooh.
online brawler. Kind of got that real Borderlands-y art style.
You ask me, there'll be a bleeding edge at WrestleMania this year when Randy Orton gets his hands on the rated R superstar.
That was a good
Alright.
Fenway.
So this is like a third person like Overwatch. How good is it? Like, I don't know if you guys can see the footage of it. I've got it right now. It's like a chicken lady you can be.
Yeah, the character designs are weird.
They're all like
Yeah.
mechanical people, but they've got like augmented people by the looks of it.
Oh, they're just crazy. There's like a guitar wielding, like toting skeleton. There's like they're just like flamboyant, ridiculous. They've just gone. You know what? Overwatch was a bit out there. Let's go 1,000% out there with our character designs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And they are very. It's hard not to. I mean, it's a different kind of game, like third person, but it just still bleeds Overwatch. It's on
Yeah,
the
it
very
does.
edge of bleeding Overwatch.
but doing better than Battleborn did. when
Oh,
it
yeah.
launched.
Battle didn't even battle. That was like battle abortion. That thing was terrible.
Oh,
Hashtag cancel Dan.
No, man.
That's your one per show.
Third deal for Games Pass coming on the on May 19th, so a bit over 2 months away, or just under 2 months away, is Wasteland 3. So if you like tactical RPGs that are set in Arizona and all deserty,
And this is a
not a bad
rejiggered
thing for
version of Wasteland
I
as
believe
well.
it, yeah, remastered.
Or rejiggered.
Yeah, but is it remastered or is it just sort of?
No, it's definitely had some work done on it. It's had a nip and a tuck.
Having said that, if you don't own an Xbox or if you don't own a PlayStation, but you do have a Switch, and you for some stupid reason don't own Octopath Traveler, 50% off right now.
Bam.
Just go get it right now. It's such a good game. I haven't finished it yet, but it's such
There
a
is
good game.
so much gameplay in this thing that it is. If you go into lockdown, you only need one game. It'll be Octopath Traveler.
This game, it's like it tried to annoy me that it's got the cute characters that turn into big people, and then the enemies don't make any sense in their size either. As you can see, either. As you can see on screen at the moment, you're probably like 2 centimeters tall, and you're fighting a dude in a chair in the desert. He's sitting in a chair, and he's like 20 centimeters taller than you. It's ridiculous.
He's really close to you. He's really close.
He's
to the
not.
screen.
I can see those planes.
Who did you pick as your person to play with it?
This is the first person I chose who is our Primrose. Is that her name?
Primrose. Yep.
Yeah, the dancer.
Primrose. Yeah, the dancer in inverted quotes.
Possibly whore.
Yep, that's it. That's what I meant.
Don't judge her life choices.
Yeah.
I was just purely going for a professional name. I didn't say
No,
it was
you
bad.
weren't.
For a medieval
I
name.
chose the Honourable Knight.
Honourable.
Anyone go to Thief? Braden, have you played this?
I have not actually, so a deal is actually a good time.
Yeah,
Dude,
50%
get on it.
off.
It's
Get
so
on
good.
it, dude.
How much was it? Did it say 50% off?
Just
It was
50% off.
50% off.
So 50% off the Switch store is $80.
Yeah, about that.
More than likely. No, so you're probably looking at a. I don't have the Switch store up in front of me. Probably about.
I would
40,
assume like
45
30 to
bucks.
40.
Yeah,
So 30 to 40, 30. Sorry, I meant to say 35 to 40 bucks.
Yeah.
Which is well worth it.
Yep.
At the same time, when you're on there, for just under 20 bucks, you get yourself Bulletstorm Duke of Switch Edition.
Now, I can
Bulletstorm,
talk
if you
about
haven't
this.
played Bulletstorm-
Yeah, I thought you would, Dan.
Actually, you've streamed this, haven't you, Dan?
Yeah, I love this game. This is a
for it.
sausage fest. So yeah, so like he just kicked a hot dog
Different
stand
podcast,
into
dude.
someone to kill them, and he got a sausage fest. So yeah, this is one of those games where it's about stringing together kills. It's actually written by a comic book artist, isn't it? I mean, comic book writer. It's
I
like
believe so.
Mark
Yes.
it's like Mark Miller or one of those people. Man, look at the glitch that's happening on screen at the moment.
I can't.
Yeah, it's a great game, and then it was a great game anyway. It was fun, it was violent, it was awesome. It's like cheesy as anything, and then they add Duke Nukem into it as you become Duke Nukem, but as the playable character. But no one in the game notices you're Duke Nukem apart from you being Duke Nukem, and you're like, why am I in this game? And all stuff like that. And then you're like, clearly you're ignoring everything I say because I'm not saying those things. Like, you know that you're in the game as the character. Like, very meta, very funny as well.
Rick Remender wrote the game.
Rick Remender, that's it. The guy who writes... Yes?
Sorry, can I just jump in the chat? Karen Knight has jumped on and said that on Switch, it's Octopath Traveler is $44.95, 50% off. That's an expensive game.
It is,
Yeah,
but
that
probably still
means,
worth it.
that means it's $90 usually, doesn't it? Whew. I can do
PS4 game's $100.
I can do maths. Thank you, Karen. Thank
Do you know
Karen.
who else can do maths? Do you know who's probably the best at maths?
Yes. Is it Kojima?
It's Kojima Watch.
All right, let's go there.
I'm still in a tree, snake eater.
The best part of that intro being so long is you guys were like, is it happening? Or is everything broken? So
It's a
Kojima
lot
Watch.
harder working from home. So Kojima Watch, our segment where we look at our Lord and Savior Hideo Kojima and his life abroad being our hero. So there was rumors of Sony wanting to buy Castlevania, Silent Hill, and Metal Gear, with
hope
remakes of
so.
Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2. Not Solid, the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, which will round out the franchise after Metal Gear Solid 5 didn't get finished. And Kojima was going to be in charge of making them. This added to the speculation that Kojima was back working on a Silent Hills game. However, this has since been debunked by Konami,
Yeah.
where
What
they
donkeys?
quoted by saying, "We are aware of the rumors and reports, but confirm they are not true," a Konami US representative said. "I know it's not the answer your fans may want to hear. It's not to say we are completely closing the door on these franchises, just not in the way that's being reported." So you know what that means?
No.
Pachinko machines. That's right.
Back to pachinko.
All the pachinko, and maybe
I had-
possibly some fun-filled mobile game, microtransaction fun, where you play solid as Snake, trying to find the bunnies in the candy. Well, time to thank the Patreons.
We can thank the Patreons. Just give me time to go back to this screen.
Before we go to that real quickly,
Yes.
Yeah.
I hadn't actually read that properly all the way through, and I still thought that that was happening. That's just made me cry a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Sorry, buddy.
Floppy.
I love that the
Okay.
footage that we've got up now is just every instance where Kojima has put himself into his own games.
Yeah.
The arrogance of him.
Hey, whoa, hey. Don't you dare take that tone. He's
Yeah.
allowed to.
It's the first rule they mention in adaptation not to do.
It's
The
not
film.
arrogance if you've got the swagger to back it up.
Right, like this swagger. Dun, dun, dun. Anyhow, let's go back and thank the Patreon. So, let me get my list of Patreons out from underneath my bowl of pasta. And so, we have a Patreon over on Patreon. Where, explain what it is, Ben, the Patreon.
Patreon.com/Hack The Dino, where you can sign up for $1 a month and receive extra bonus stuff like Dino More, which is our nonsense talking nonsense show full of nonsense. For $10 a month, you can watch that live and join in the conversation and get it early. Anyone who supports us at $1 or $5 gets it early as well, and then everyone else gets it at the end of the month. However, because of the current situation in the world, we are just holding off on charging any Patreons at the moment because we think that that money can be of more use elsewhere. But thank you very much to all these people who subscribe to our Patreon at the $10 a month producer level. Dan.
Thank you very much to Sam Beard, to Ashraf, who is in the chat right now, to Floppy. I should.
You could probably stop mentioning me.
No, I like it. Henry
Okay.
Gupta, to Todd Randall, to Tommaso, to Mike Towns, to Karen and Ash Knight. Thank you very much in the chat as well. And Dylan Stevens. And did I say? Oh, Mike Towns also in the chat. And Dylan Stevens. Thank you very much. You are our top tier Patreons. We love you so much. And
Did you thank Ashraf?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he
good.
did.
I'm going to double
wasn't
thank Ashraf. Not only does
Oh,
Ashraf support this podcast, he also supports my shop a lot as well, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Ashraf. That's it. Thank you very much. That's what you get for being a top tier. You get mentioned every show that we remember to thank you.
And just while we're doing some plugs, if you're in the chat on youtube.com/Hack The Dino, don't forget to subscribe and do the little thumbs up button to give us a like and make the algorithm like us as well. And head on over to bit.ly/Hack The Dino if you're a Discord fan, and join our Discord and talk to all the lovely people who wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning because there's a Nintendo Direct Mini coming. Thank
Ooh.
you guys, level 2. Hey, let's do
Can I
some
just say-
tots.
What?
Sorry, can I just say I am blown away by the community that's forming in the Discord.
Yeah, it's great. All
I
great
love it
bunch
as
of
well.
people.
I
They're all
do-
cool guys and gals.
I just like everyone to know I do read the Discord. I just don't get time to, comment as much as everyone else. But I do read everything. And most of the time I look at stuff and I'm way too late to answer any questions because it's been like pages and pages up the Discord. Anyhow, let's move over into Tots right now. Now I'm pretty excited about this Tots.
Pokemon!
Oh, Jesus.
hate you.
I'm really keen on this.
Should we maybe get Floppy to describe what this TOTS is, considering it was his idea originally?
I'd love to say that was my idea, but it's just it's an idea that a lot of people do, but it's a concept that I really like, where we're going to look at games that we love, that games that have possibly reviewed really well or done really well or have meant something to us that we think more people need to play, that maybe didn't get the recognition that they deserved.
Use the keyword hidden gems.
We want to talk about hidden gems.
I love that.
Sweet.
I got a little catchphrase. We want to talk about games that you could have, you should have, but you might not have played.
Oh,
Ooh,
God. You sound like a radio host.
I
You're
like it.
welcome.
Hey, everyone, it's me, the Flopster. Be sure to join in here at 102.3, where you can hear the latest hits from the 70s, 80s, and 80s. It's Midnight Oil.
Let's just go 60s and 70s and forget the rest.
You can win
Floppy.
$5 cash.
Cash, cash, cash. Just go on down to the Sweet Street Sweeper, where you can find the man with the cow head.
All right, stop that.
all right,
Don't
yeah.
make me mute you.
Because
That
our
went
show
too- that went
isn't
too far.
long enough at this point.
Oh, Braden's
Floppy.
here still.
Yeah, I'm still here. I gotta say, it's very weird not being at the table, like at the desk, like making all the switches happen and everything. Like I'm so chilled out right now. It's very strange.
What do you, how are you rating my switching, Braden?
I'd say it's obviously a lot tougher being the sense of we have to like match it up for all of us since we can't see it live happening and we have to kind of cue it a bit more. But like, you're doing a good job.
Thanks, man. That's
Dan.
all right. I like that someone's Siri just went off then.
Yeah, it was mine.
Okay, Hidden Gems. Floppy, your segment.
All right.
Hit us.
So we have picked 3 games each that we think are really cool. We would love to see other people play for various reasons. My number 1 is a game that was released on PS3 and 360, 2009, and it is called Brutal Legend.
I played this.
A lot of people have heard about it. Not a lot of people have played it though.
Yeah,
It's
I was really surprised how good this was.
Yeah, look, it's a super fun game. It mixes a lot of different gameplay elements really, really well, I think. So it's got a little bit of RTS, a little bit of beat 'em up, a little bit of shooting, a little bit of racer, and they've all melded together to this one story that is led by a character named Eddie Riggs, who's a roadie he's an old school roadie for heavy metal bands, and the whole game is based around heavy metal music. The main character is played by Jack Black.
Yeah,
and he does
that's
his-
the main thing you should be saying. It's Jack
I'm
Black,
getting there,
man.
It is Jack Black, and he does it in his best Jack Blackness. The intro to the game, just to get to the main menu, is a actual video of Jack Black leading you through in first person to find a record in a record store. That is the main menu for the game. It is phenomenal. And then they have a cast on it that is unbelievable. You have Ozzy Osbourne from Black Sabbath. You've got Lemmy, it's Killmeister, isn't it? Killmeister from Motorhead. You got Rob from Judas Priest. You got Tim Curry, who's not a heavy metal guy, but an amazing actor.
Yeah.
Frankenfurter.
Yeah, exactly, Frankenfurter.
And that
leading
guy
up the
from Clue.
cast. Oh, dude, Clue. When we do movies, you should have seen Clue. It is a phenomenal game, and this whole thing is it's really tongue-in-cheek humor, but it's a really it's got a really gripping story in it, which is not you don't expect from a game like this.
Yeah, it's this great RPG world kind of like role-playing game of this giant world you're in, which is all metal-based, and it's all legit metal references
over
and stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you're into metal, like this game was like nailed it. Like
There's over 100. I think there's over 100 licensed tracks from heavy metal, death metal, and all the other kinds of denominations of metal that there is. It is really, really well done, and it did not get the recognition it deserved. I mean, it scored really well. It was like an 83 Metacritic, got like a 9 out of 10 on IGN. Didn't tell real well though.
Yeah,
Mm.
I kind of really want to play this.
oh, dude, it's
Yeah.
sick. It's such a good
All right.
game.
Dan, what's your first pick?
My first pick. That's a great question. let me load the video to remind myself. Oh yeah. So my first pick is once the video decides to actually work is Earth Defense Force 2017. So I don't know. Has anyone heard of these games?
No, I keep
Yes,
thinking of
I
Defenders
have.
of the Earth.
So
I
basically,
hadn't heard about this, and then at some point Dan showed me it, and I laughed very hard.
it's what attracted to me first about it is I love giant bug movies, you know, like Tarantula and Eight-Legged Freaks and all stuff like that. And someone said, "Oh, you should play like Earth Defense Force." And I looked it up and got it. And you basically play a dude, as you can see here, third-person style, and you're in an army, and an invading force of giant bugs is invading the Earth, and every single thing in this world is destructible. Buildings can come down, and so you've got overwhelming odds of these thousands of these gigantic ants or spiders or flying bugs and stuff like that coming out of flying saucers, and it's just a matter of like clearing wave after wave of them, and it's just so fun and tactical and amazing, and it just that cheesy sci-fi, you know, giant bug stuff that I just loved so much, put into this futuristic thing with 100% destructible city was so cool. And the bugs crawl up the buildings, the spiders are gross, they're like jumping spiders, and it's just like this amazing game, and no one knows about it. And there's like 6 of them out now. They've been continually bringing them out every year. Not every year, but like a fair lot. And like the new ones, you've got like all 4 players at the same time, when you all have different skills and that, and overwhelming, ridiculous bugs, full destructible cities and stuff like that. And it's just a classic game that no one talks about. Just me and my mate know about it. We always talk to each other about it. And yeah, that's my number. That's my first pick. What do you guys think?
This game is hilarious because like it's so funny to see something like from like the most like in the past like decade that it still has that feel of like sci-fi from like the early 1900s.
I think Michael Towns in the comments mentioned that this possibly canonically takes place in the Godzilla universe as well.
Oh, God,
really? Look, can you see what's happening at the moment? You're fighting ships and there's giant spheres. So everything is big in this game. That was their point. And then you fight like robots later down the track that are huge, like, you know what I mean, like so big. And you're just always just a dude on the ground running around. Like you never get like later on in the other ones they put vehicles in it and stuff like that. But the fact is that you're fighting these things that are as big as like 7 buildings later on, and you're just a dude on the ground with a rocket launcher. Like it's so good, like it's so stupid and like just fun. Just a great.
That does sound fun.
Yeah, and it was like it's one of those guilty pleasure games that I just love, which I think what a hidden gem really is.
And I think because it's got such great multiplayer, it'd be really good for a Final Form once.
Oh, damn.
But
I have been thinking about getting because I looked up the reviews of them, and there's definitely standout ones, and there's ones that people hate. You know what I mean? Like, so some of the other versions of the games blew it, and some of them just nailed it. But yeah, this was the first one I played. Yes.
What's Ben's first pick?
See, these types of things are hard for me because I'm a really vanilla type person, and I only seem to really like games that are really popular or well critically received. So
you save your pennies and only get the AAA titles.
Not so much, but like the games that I like tend to be games that everyone likes. Like for example, my favorite Pokemon's Charizard, which everyone loves. Michael Towns in the comments has just gone Pokemon Snap, Ben, and yeah, he's not wrong. So I went through my collection, just looking at games that I got that I enjoyed as a kid that don't really have a lot of discussion around them, and I thought, you know what, we'll do that.
So these games, they might not have a lot of discussion about them, not much fanfare, but you loved it, and that's the hidden gem of it.
Yeah, well, this one's a hidden gem because I never thought I would love this game, but it turned out I played it a whole heap. It's the Flintstones, The Rescue of Dino and Hoppy.
I don't remember Hoppy. Who's Hoppy?
Okay, Ben, you're fired.
Hoppy was the Barney Rubble's pet. So Dino was obviously Fred Flintstone's and Hoppy. No,
really?
it was like kangaroo dinosaur. Yeah, it's in the later seasons. It's with the Great Gazoo, like the alien that came down that only Fred and Barney could see, and it used to get them in trouble.
I remember that from that live action movie.
Yeah. Do you know what my favorite thing in the Flintstones was? That secret cult that they were in. Do you remember they were like in like a stone
club or whatever it is?
Yeah, like a stonemasony kind of. There's
like the Buffaloes or something.
Yeah. Anyway, this game is really simple, and I have a soft spot because this was the first game that I discovered a cheat in. I think I've told this story before.
Oh,
Like
Oh,
in the
have-
very last level, you go across to the other side of the tower that you need to go up 5 levels, and you hold down and jump, and Fred Flintstone just jumps up. But I also liked it because it had mini games in it where you play basketball.
Yeah, I
and
can
you
see
use
that
your-
they're
you
happening
use your
right
butt
now.
to your butt to smash out the other guy, and you just destroy him.
Because that's just what all cavemen do. Back in the day, before we worked out you could punch people, we just hit them with our asses.
Yeah,
is it one
and
of those
you use
games that's simple but like really difficult, like the old
Like
side-scrolling platformers? and
no,
things
it
like-
wasn't. It wasn't difficult at all. It's not like
Oh.
a DuckTales where it was
Okay.
actually really good games and whatnot. This was basic. This was a basic game, but I enjoyed it and I had a hell of a lot of fun. Anyway, Brayden, your turn.
Yo, as you will find, 2 out of my 3 are on the PS2 because that's what I grew up with. But my
Awesome
first
console.
one is Ratchet Deadlocked, which is also known for us Aussies and people in the UK, Ratchet Gladiator.
Oh,
Now, this one changed up a little bit from the standard. I was going to say skip into the video a tiny bit, Dan.
skipping it.
This one, yeah, skip into it a bit. This one sort of changed it up from their regular style of the like story, like crazy platform, everything. And they actually took Clank away from you,
Yeah.
and Clank sort of became the man in the chair who's like telling you everything and making sure you're like safe and like upgrading and things like that. And they gave you these 2 like AI robots.
Ooh.
And so basically, the whole premise is that Ratchet and Clank get sort of kidnapped in a sense, and they are sort of thrust into this Bloodsport arena TV entertainment show. Like, if you sort of thought of like
Smash TV.
yeah, honestly, like if you thought of like Takeshi's Castle and Wipeout, but with like crazy aliens and guns, like that's Ratchet Gladiator. And oh my god, like I absolutely love it. And this one was not nearly as big as the main games, but like I had so much fun playing this. The guns were just mental. The like arena battles and like the bosses were dope. Yeah, absolutely loved it.
That's good. Is it your favorite Ratchet? And Clank?
Nah, 3's still my favorite, but
Is that Up
this
Your
does
Arsenal?
follow it up. Yeah, Up Your Arsenal is still my favorite, but this one came out the year after Up Your Arsenal, so I think I got it when it was new, but like people didn't really jump on it as much because it wasn't Ratchet and Clank 4.
That Up Your Arsenal like title still weirds me out. It's a kids game. That's such an ass joke. Like,
Yeah. Oh, powerful stuff. Thanks,
Powerful.
Insomniac.
powerful.
Wasn't there another one? Wasn't the other one called A Crack in Time?
Yeah, so then when they got to the future era and did the PS3 games, yeah, there was
Another
A Crack in
arse joke?
Time. Weirdly, they got to the PS3, they did Tools of Destruction, which is just a normal title,
Yeah.
and then they went, "No, we got to make a butt joke again." So then they did A Crack in Time.
Nice. What are we up
Yeah,
to?
I love
now?
this game.
Floppy, what's your second pick?
So my second pick is also a PS2 game. Sorry, we're going to do a lot of PS2 games, but then PS2 was a great console. So it was a PS2 game, but it was also a Wii game. Came out in 2008, and it is the licensed game of Speed Racer that was based on the film, not the
Which
anime.
apparently is exceptionally good. Like writers who I really respect and admire talk about how good this film is, and I've never seen it, which is weird because I was a massive
Are you
Speed Racer
joking?
fan.
Yeah, dude, it's
This
made by the
is a-
Matrix people.
So the film is amazing. It is bright. It is colourful. It is over the top. It is phenomenal. It is non-stop fun.
It
And
was
I
the
made a
reason
game.
you bought a Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Because it came out around when Blu-rays were coming out, and this was a sick movie to watch on Blu-ray.
So
I
they
bought a
made
Blu-ray
this,
because Tron Legacy.
they made
Ooh.
this game that was essentially all of that stuff that the movie was, and just made it into game. They made it nice and simple, easy to control. It was fun. There was a whole bunch of tracks. If you had PS2, you had more tracks, I believe, than you had on the Wii. You could do what they call car fu, which is like kung fu, but with a car. So you could do
Genius.
flips.
Just genius.
Someone
Nothing
give that
like-
writer a medal.
Absolutely. But it was really easy to do, and it was really arcadey. So it was like, you would race around these giant elevated tracks and crazy tracks that do loops and defy all sorts of physics. Very F-Zero-y, like super fast. But then you would do these spins and flips and jumps with using the jacks in your car, like you did in the anime as well and the movie, and knock the other people out of their tracks, or you knock them to slow them down and scoot past them. You can get boosts and all that sort of stuff. And if you've got enough boosts, you can go into like a super warp mode.
Can you fall off the track?
Yes, you could. If you got knocked out, I believe. I think.
I was gonna say, watching the gameplay actually looks like real fun.
It is so much fun. Now, the other cool thing about it is the actors from the film reprise their roles for voices in the game.
You gotta love when dudes do that.
There wasn't a lot of voice acting in there. Like, it's a pretty simple game. But the fact that they did that, I thought was really cool.
What's his name?
Super colourful.
What's his name from Roseanne's was in it? What's his name? Tom Arnold?
Tom Arnold. Yeah, he played Pop Racer. And he has the best line in the film. I can't remember if it's in the game, where he throws a ninja away. And someone says, "Oh, that was a ninja." And he went, more of a nunja.
Yeah. The film's great, eh? The film is like the best representation I've ever seen of any cartoon without making it like not like the cartoon, but it's still a cartoon, but it's still a live action film, but you still feel like you're watching the cartoon. Like
everyone needs to watch the movie, then everyone needs to get the game.
Excellent. I agree. I concur.
PS2, Wii, you could get it on the 3DS. Don't play it on the 3DS. That was crap.
Yeah, I haven't been saying what I've been like playing, what my games are on. All of mine are on Xbox 360.
Cool. Well, you can do it on your next one.
Yeah, I will. Is that me next? It is.
Yeah,
all right.
Yes, it is.
Wow, I'm in control. So my next one is Xbox 360, but it's also on every single thing that's ever existed. Sleeping Dogs. Does anyone play Sleeping Dogs in the?
I own it, but I haven't played it yet.
I have not, but I really need to.
This game, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Grand Theft Auto, but then this came out, and it's very Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean? Like, it's got the same kind of map that you can't see on the screen at the moment, and the same kind of thing. Except it's set in, I think, as I remember, it's set in like the Chinatown in New York. You know, they've got the big Chinatown, kind of thing, or it might actually be set in like Asia or something.
I'm on it. I'm having a look.
Yeah. I just really, really, really like this game. I really like just like the feeling of walking around like the streets, and it was like felt alive. You had heaps to do. It controlled well, and like you had
Hong Kong.
Oh, so it actually set in Hong Kong.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so you got to walk around this Hong Kong, looking at all this stuff. Looking, you know, you can see people in the background. They're chopping, like you know, the dude's making food, and I've got a chase scene here, which is not the best. I might just fast forward to like a car scene. So yeah, the car racing part of it was really, really cool. So you had like have you guys ever played Just Cause?
Yes.
So you know when you get close to a car, you can like jump out and onto the cars and stuff like that. You can do that in this.
Oh my God.
They basically took like a whole bunch of elements of Grand Theft Auto, but made it more fun and ridiculous, if you know what I mean. Not as ridiculous as Saints Row, but they added all these ridiculous action-y movie things, like John Woo-y style things into it that you could just like do as part of like being in cars and stuff like that. And I just found it so fun. And then right out of left field, I never thought would happen, I fully got into the story and the characters. And I remember like one of the characters gets married in it, and then his wedding gets interrupted, and I was shattered. I was like, I can't believe that rival gang ruined his wedding. I fully got into the story, and it was an actual movie, like Hong Kong theater like story that I just loved. And I think the proof in the pudding is that it has been come over. It was on Xbox 360, then went on to Xbox One. It was on PlayStation 3, and now it's on PlayStation 4. Like, it just works out. It's just a great game. And if you haven't played it, seriously play this game. It's so fun, hey? Like, just, you know, everything Grand Theft Auto should have been, in my opinion. Sorry for the Grand Theft Auto fans out there who love Grand Theft Auto with a passion. I know it's the best game in the entire world, highest selling game and that, but to me, it just doesn't float my boat. I just can't be bothered, I just can't be bothered emailing my mum all the time in it.
High selling doesn't mean best.
No, I know.
That's the whole point of this topic of the show.
Yeah, speaking of high-selling games and possibly the greatest game that ever graced the earth of the 1990s, there's a game that I didn't even know the actual real title of until a couple of weeks ago.
So this is your pick, Ben.
This is my
Fake
pick.
fan.
It's Captain Comic, and yeah, I thought it was Captain Cosmic for like 25 years.
I know, because you were asking me to find it the other day, like footage or gameplay, and you were saying the wrong name, and we just never found it.
Anyway, in this game, you play a spaceman who's in medieval ages for some reason, shooting fireballs at like birds and collecting orbs.
Is this played on a Casio watch?
This is played on a 386. It was either this or tabletop pinball that I had to play.
Or
Because Dad
Minesweeper.
wouldn't let me play Minesweeper.
Oh, you weren't allowed.
Well, I was, but I got infuriated
Too
by
graphic.
it.
Did he feel that it would stimulate your mind so much that you would become too smart and take over the world?
Well, I think it was because Minesweeper was the only game my dad could beat me at. So I think he was sort of like afraid that I would destroy him.
I
Plus,
feel
I
that,
like fantasy games.
I feel that the guy who writes Death Note and all that must have been like fully into Minesweeper, and that's how he bases all his stories about it.
That
Minesweeper is
solitaire.
like heaps easy.
I got Minesweeper on my Apple iPhone, by the way. The exact same one. There's an app with it. It's free. It's great. Anyway, Captain Comic. He's an astronaut, and I like this as a kid. So next,
You're heaps good at
Great.
this.
I love it.
Braden.
All right, yes. So my second pick is a real weird one. I remember
weirder than
seeing
Captain Comic.
a little bit.
Let me just. Yes, look.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the weirdest thing. It's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but instead it's Disney. This is
Sweet.
Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure, and oh
Sounds
my
rad.
god, I played this so much as a kid.
Man, I hate you, Braden, so much. This is so
Oh my
crap.
God. Oh my god, I loved it so much. It's like no, but like you could change the controls so that it was literally the controls of like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Oh, I think 3 or 4. Like it's so funny. Like, and as a little kid, I played Underground heaps, but I was also playing this at the same time. It was a real weird juxtaposition.
Do you know what? I reckon they have just reskinned Tony Hawk, because all the movements of the landing and how this game like flows, because as a person who's played a lot of Tony Hawks, I think it's the actual game.
It is. No, not a joke. It legitimately is. It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, I think, basically just reskinned with all Disney stuff. Disney levels, Disney characters, like voice actors, which is definitely not the voice actors from the original films. Like all of that stuff. It's great. And like
Okay,
you
so
go
I
through
really wanna play
Toy
this.
Story. I know you have to find it. It's so good. You got like, but like this was an even funnier thing for me. Like there's an entire like 3-minute intro video when you first boot up the game, and it's like a skate competition with all these kids. And what Activision did was they held competitions for kids to come and show off their skate skills. And if they won the competition, they made them characters in the game.
Oh, Dan, you should have done that.
Yeah,
So-
I wonder if they got like, the Tony Hawk people who are in those games got a lot of money for those games. I bet those kids got nothing.
Oh, nothing at all. And
Piece of
like
chicken
100
wing.
100%. Like, so there's like 3 or 4 from memory, maybe, like kids that are in the game to start with. You can also create your own character and you unlock gear and all that stuff. Like I remember playing way too much of this game as a kid.
Can
What
you
I
only
know-
play as Woody?
No.
So there's Woody, there's Buzz, there's so you've got Toy Story, you've got Tarzan, you've got Lion King, and you've got some other ones as well. There's an entire like hub world, which is meant to be like the real world where like you as a kid can skate, but like you can go into all these different levels with all these different like Disney movies. Oh, it's great fun.
Yeah, there's like 40 characters you can be or something ridiculous. But what we haven't mentioned is the music in this game.
Oh my god, the soundtrack in this was so good.
Yeah, it has chronically good music. It's got like sweet, like so many good, like "We Are Your Friends." You know that song?
Yeah, honestly,
Like, how did they get that license? Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Of course.
the weirdest part is like it. So you've got obviously with the Tony Hawk games, like you had like really good soundtracks on there as well. But like somehow on this, as like this stupid kids film, like based one, it like they got such good music on it. It was amazing.
Let's look it up. You keep talking, Brandon. I'm gonna look up the actual
Yeah.
track listing of it.
But like the main song, like the main theme of the entire game is by Simple Plan. It's "Grow Up," and like I can still hear that song in my head like permanently.
So we got on there Smash Mouth. Was in there Basement Jacks.
God damn.
Real
Love me
Big
some Basement
Fish.
Jacks.
Real
Real
Big Fish.
They were great.
Romeo Miller. Who else have we got? There's a whole bunch of them. Do they have any of the Disney kids in there? Like the Disney bands.
I don't think they even did that. I'm pretty sure it was just all like basically kids pop punk. It was great.
Yeah, New Boys. Audio
I want to
Vent.
play this.
So many good.
What did you play it on, Braden?
PS2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, honestly, just try and find it on like some sort of like Facebook Marketplace or something. Someone will be selling it for $2. You'll have a great night.
You have a sick night.
Oh,
Yeah, this is great. Like the only
Speaking
thing
of
I
sick
don't.
nights,
Oh,
do you know what else is sick?
What?
Moving on to Floppy's pick.
it is true.
Big
We have
Disney-
been
big
we have
Disney
been we have been going for 2 hours now.
I
And we-
know,
and we
I'm
somehow
starting to
just-
find it.
Geeked out over Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure.
It's-
All right,
So-
lightning
Okay.
round. Let's do lightning round.
No,
Okay,
no,
so-
I don't want to rush it.
I was gonna say Dan's
My-
excited for his.
My pick for number 3, my final pick for the hidden gems of this show, is a game that is a clone of Boulder Dash. Now, I never played Boulder Dash. I played Superplex. This is a game.
Superplex.
Like
This
this
is a
is
game
just
that
Boulder
was-
Dash, eh? This is the first
It-
level of Boulder Dash.
So it is Boulder Dash, but it was a Boulder Dash clone that they made so that they could fit the game onto a floppy disk,
Ah.
Onto a U disc.
onto a me disk, on a floppy's disk. And this came out, I think it was 1991. My uncle brought it into the family, and it overtook my entire family. My dad played it. I played it. My sister played it. My mum played it, who just hates games, does not play games. She played it, and it is exactly the same as Boulder Dash, but computer themed. So the background was circuit boards that you chomped through. Your little character Murphy. There was kind of a story. I can't remember what it was, but you would, it was all like weird physics, like the zonks they were called, but the boulders would fall down. You could push them different ways to be able to get through the puzzle levels. There was 111 levels. We didn't have any instructions for this too, so we worked out how to play it. We all got stuck on like one level that was like level 20 something until we finally worked out that you could hold a button, press another button, and eat.
Eat
like
a
Man,
a
that was
square.
circle.
The
Eat a
best
square.
thing about getting like just floppy disks with random games on it, or CDs with like a whole bunch of shareware on it that you didn't get any of the instructions.
No,
and
you
it
had
was
to work
just-
it out.
Just messing around until you work something out.
So this
Yeah.
game is great, and the coolest thing about this game is it is now freeware, and probably has been for 20 years. It's now freeware, so you can get it on your mobile, you can get it on your laptop, you can get it anywhere. Go out and get it. It is one of those things that you'll go like, all right, I'll try a little puzzle game, and you'll start it, and you'll be like, oh, I'll get the next level. And I'll
Boulder
get- and
Dash.
then all of a
Oh,
sudden it's
he
been,
stuffed
like, 8
it. This
days.
guy. Boulder Dash was one of those ones where it was the first kind of physics kind of base game. You know what I mean? Like where the balls fall down from you doing stuff like that. I played. I've got massive memories for Boulder Dash. Like that game was
Yeah,
just,
that game was
like
great.
huge on the Amstrad. Amiga? No, Amstrad. I played it originally. Such a good game. But anyhow,
Well, I played it
So
on my
I've actually
386.
I've never really found anyone else that has actually played Superplex.
I haven't.
No,
I've
nor have I.
never no, my family was the only people that I knew that played this game. I'm sure there was others. I think Townsy in the chat said he played it. I'm not sure if he's talking about Superplex or Boulder Dash, but either way,
He's going to
It's
DOS
so much
days.
fun.
All
All
right.
right. Okay. Similarly, back in the 90s, I played a little game called Hook on the Game Boy.
Is it at my shop?
Uh,
Yes.
yep. But I played Hook.
All right. Do you want to do Hook? Do you want to do Hook?
Yeah, we'll
Do
do
Hook.
Hook quickly.
Do
Is
Hook.
this on the film?
Yeah, it's the game based on the film. So there was
Oh
a
my
NES version and a
God.
Game Boy version. I loved this game because it went from like a third-person flying game where you try and collect things as you're Peter Pan flying through to a side-scrolling platform game where you're Peter Pan going through the tree, killing the pirates, and then you play basketball against Rufio. And
Oh my
couldn't believe
god,
it.
nice.
Rufio.
Yeah, it was great. I love this game. Looking back now, I reckon it's a piece of trash. But back then, it was one of my favorite games ever. And I sadly lost it when I lost my original Game Boy in one of my many
Ouch.
moves. But I've since got it back. In fact, I think I've got 2 copies of this game now sitting
So
in my
you-
Game
Really?
Boy
You
collection.
say two?
So you
you
don't
say?
recommend anyone to play it now?
No, give it a go, because if I remember it being good when I was young, there's a good chance it was okay. Having said that, I also liked the Mortal Kombat 2 game on the Game Boy, and that was decisively not okay.
Having said that, you also like Captain Comic.
Captain Cosmic.
Cosmic.
Anyway, your turn, Dan.
So I as I said, Xbox 360 was one of my golden years. A little game I like to call Prototype came out.
You like to call it?
No one else calls it Prototype.
No, they do.
just Dan.
So
Just Dan.
at the time, exactly the same week, I believe it was, or at least in the same couple of weeks, Infamous came out.
Love Infamous.
Where you played Infamous. Everyone knows what Infamous is. And it's also at the same week, Prototype came out. Now, and this follows an anti-hero who gets powers, as you can see here. This was Infamous, but this is the Infamous that I wanted to play. This is a hyper-violent, hyper-powerful anti-hero who's like super strong. You can fly, you can run fast, you're heavy. And what I really enjoyed about it at the time is that you're in the city and you're fighting this bad corporation who accidentally gave you these powers. Like, it's a revenge thing. You want to get these dudes back for stuffing up your life. And all the humans in it are just, there's so much collateral damage in this game. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so you'll be fighting, like, and as you can see here, there's like, the movement system was awesome, a la kind of the Spider-Man of today. Like, kind of like, you're so much upgrading with stuff you can do. And, so you'd be fighting and, you know, people are getting, arms and legs are flying everywhere. Cars are flying everywhere. You can merge, like, you get power by just grabbing innocent people and absorbing them into you. And if you absorb certain people, you can become them. So you can go into like military installations as an army man in disguise and walk in and then just kill everyone. You can get a whole bunch of different suits. So you can go like big hard rock man. You can get like big punching arms. You can have like big tentacles that come out of you, and as you go on you build up like a crazy meter, and then you can just do a berserker attack which just destroys everything on the screen, every person, every baddie, every car, everything. Like, and the amount of power you felt in this game that you had, like, I've never had it like any other. And I found that Infamous just didn't give that to me. And then I went back to Infamous and you're like, sure, the graphics are a little bit better, but you're just sitting there just going, pew, 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 fighting out some electricity and that. And in this game, I could just like pick up a car and lob it at someone or a tank, and you just end up being so powerful, and just these fights that are so crazy. We can see here, he's just changing.
I was gonna say, when, like, if Prototype never came out and around the time of Infamous, people were like, "Hey Dan, are you liking Infamous?" Dan would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm liking it, but I'd like it more if it did this." And Prototype is that.
Yeah. This is like what I wanted to do. I'm a massive fan of weight in games. Like, one of my favorite things is Evangelion. Or you can see here on screen at the moment. You guys are seeing he's just done his super attack. I really loved Evangelion because I thought the robot felt really heavy. Like, they'd land and they had momentum and they slid. There's so much momentum and weight in this game of your character, and just a beautiful, solid game. And they did Infamous 2, and that was really good as well. And they just took the gore levels up to like 1,000 in that. It was so good. But this was the first one. This one like bored it out of the woodwork. I just loved it. It is a very me game though. Like,
Yeah.
not everyone's gonna love it.
I played the first half of the first one and actually 100%ed Prototype 2 because the trophies were really easy. But I had a great time playing it.
Yeah, like, how's that in Prototype 2? You can do things where like the sticky bombs come out of you, and when they touch people, they rip them apart. Like,
Yeah, honestly,
and they're all
it's
hanging
so
corpses.
violent.
hanging corpses in these tendrils of goop that have come out of you. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it's like it's HP Lovecraft's modern wet dream.
yeah, and like when you needed energy, you just grabbed an innocent bystander and absorbed them into you. Like,
Yeah, I love that.
anyhow, Prototype, one of my favorite. I think it's one of my favorite games. Like, I know I say that all the time for every week, like, but this is definitely in my top 30. I love it so much, and I want them to do another one with like next gen. Man, they could go crazy on this stuff. Like, oh,
Yeah,
man.
it'd be mental.
But yeah, that's me. That's what I
Well,
loved.
I can honestly say each of the games we talked about here, I really would love to play. Braden, don't mess it up.
No, so not messing it up. Okay, so you know how people are playing Animal Crossing to chill out and everything?
Yeah.
This is another great game to play when you're chilling out. It's called Everything.
Okay.
Can I say, when you wrote that on our run sheet and I read it, I thought you were taking the piss because I have never heard of a game called
So this thing, I heard of it and then never looked into it at all. All the gameplay you're seeing right now is legit. It's not a joke. That's actually how like everything moves. Like the animals move, the land moves, the space moves. It's very interesting. It was free on Epic Game Store a couple of weeks ago, and so I checked it out, and oh my god, like it's so calm and weird because all you do is like you start off as like a deer or something, and you plop along like how those animals are moving.
Like everything spins kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it's got like 4 bits of animation. It's like front, side, back, turn.
Yep.
Like,
It's hilarious. It's so dumb. But so the entire time you're just exploring and you interact with stuff, and then you get the ability to like downsize. So you go to something smaller than what you currently are, and then you go up and go up. The smallest you can get, I have a note here so that I say it right. The smallest you can get, you can become subatomic.
yeah.
So like,
Ant-Man.
yeah, so legit.
Ant-Man.
So the bits in Ant-Man at the end when they're doing the whole like crazy visuals and stuff, you get to just do that. That's a thing you can do in this game. And
Yeah.
then the largest you can get is like entire universes. Like
Sweet.
it's great
Mhm.
fun. And throughout the, like it's so like calm as well because there's just like music going and everything, like some dumb sound effects and stuff. And then like every now and again you'll like find a thing you can interact with, and it starts up a audio log from the philosopher Alan Watts.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
And it's just him giving quotes about like life and like philosophy on like how things were created and like everything like has a purpose and doesn't have a purpose at the same time. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But we've got yeah. What were those menus before, Braden? It had all those like on-off switches for like really weird things.
So you can get like there's way that I played it to start with was like it's like all the natural stuff you can find and everything, and then you can just get some like weird ass ones throwing in there, like as you saw before, like a you know, ribs and
Yeah.
like really dumb objects. But otherwise you can go on like a bacterial level and like interact with like
Whoa.
molecules and stuff, and then you go to space and there's all this cool stuff in space.
What is the point of it?
Nothing.
Like,
Everything.
it looks crazy. Like, why have I never heard it? And what's it on? Where did it originate?
So
Epic Game Store, but it's coming to PlayStation 4, I believe.
yeah, so it's on PS4 and everything, but yeah, I played it on PC. And yeah, you just get to interact with everything. All of these are like you talk to things and they're like, I'm special, I'm unique. And then you see like 800 of them, so you're kind of like, are you? So like it's kind of like a thinking man's non-thinking game.
Dude, the every second of this footage that we're watching, it's like I'm watching a different game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't even know what I'm watching. It looks like it's just a life simulator, a philosophical life simulator. Is that
Yeah,
right?
That is bang up my alley.
Yeah,
Is it-
100%.
How can you've just won it, Braden?
You're really?
But is this really?
Hey! I had Hook on Game Boy.
You had Captain Cosmic Hookman, Flintstone
Captain
baddie.
Cosmic. Yeah, Flintstones. I reckon I lost it. I lost it so bad.
This is amazing. Look at this. What's going on?
Honestly, it's the kind of thing where you can go in and just like experiment a bit and just you'll have so much fun.
Do you know what else is fun? You know what
No.
else is the most fun? Do you know what is the most fun ever?
Is it ending the show?
It's ending the show because we've been going for almost 2 hours now, and I'm getting tired.
Benny's tired.
There's no Dan versus the World this week because we couldn't figure out the logistics, but I'm thinking next week we will do Dan versus the World. I've got an idea on how we can get it to work. So no Dan versus the World this week, but next show, oh baby, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be in your face and in your ears. It's gonna be all around you like a big warm hug. But we have been Hack the Dino. This has been our critical path, the 93rd time we've done this. Will we be back on air by the time we get to the 100? Who knows?
Will the world still exist by the time we do 100? Who knows?
Yes, come on, world. Can you hold out until we hit 100 episodes? You can find us over on Facebook, facebook.com/hackthedino. You can find us over on Discord and join our Discord community over on bit.ly/hackthedino. Really cool chat program that you should all jump on and in and around. You can look at us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/hackthedino. You can hear our voices over on Spotify, over on iTunes, over on SoundCloud. And if you could leave a review there, that would really help us out. And lastly, and not least, because it's our #1 portal, you can see us here on youtube.com/hackthedino, where we would really appreciate a subscribe and really appreciate some likes on some of our other videos that come out. And if you could tell a friend or something like that, that would be a huge support. Does anyone have any other pluggables to plug?
I'd just like to plug the chat tonight. It's been a great little community in there tonight, and if you're not watching this, if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, be sure to tune in live next time so you can join in with the chat. The chat's been going berserk all night. We just got some people saying, Karen's just saying that her son's just looking up the sleeping dogs right now because he wants to get into it and stuff like that. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you so much, chat, and thank you so much, our beautiful little Discord community. I love you so much. And I'm going to do the Mortal Kombat sound. Done.
The best way to know when we're going to be live is to ring the little bell next to the subscribe button, and that will inform you as to when our videos go up and when we're live. Brayden, you got a pluggable?
Yeah, I've got one for me and one for you. So one for me is if you want to talk about movies, go and check out Millennium Movie Talk. That's a movie podcast I do with my friends. And one for you,
as opposed to us, who are not Brayden's friends.
Well, this is the gaming podcast I do with my friends.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, but legit, the other thing I was going to say was the Discord, as a thing right now, it's an excellent way to keep in touch with everyone, with everyone sort of keeping their distance and staying at home and everything.
Totally.
I've been using it with a couple of my friends to do games of Jackbox and stuff, where someone will stream it and then all of us will jump into the game and everything. And it's just a great way to keep in touch.
I've been trying to convert my family and friends from Facebook over to it because I like platforms that don't try to destroy democracy.
Yeah, true.
But no luck because they're all old boomerish. Pluggables, Floppy, you got anything to plug?
Oh, look, if you want to check me out on Instagram at Floppy Plays Games, I'd throw some photos up there, stuff I'm playing, stuff I picked up. That'd be cool.
Sweet. All right, so we've been Hack the Dino. This has been our Critical Path, episode 93. We love you so much. You're very special to us, and we hope that you have a nice and healthy time. Staying home and washing your hands for Pete's sake. Just be good.
For pizza's sake.
For pizza's sake. Mamma mia.
Good.
Other stereotypes.
And that's it, and I'm going to the credits. Goodbye, everyone.
Look out behind you.
That was a long one.